God, my Father, my Creator, today grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, and give me the courage to change the things that I can, and bless me with the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Thank you, God. Good morning, America. Good morning, world. Let's make this a good day.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the fray, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, in the home of the
Hey, what's up? Morning, everybody. It's Terrific Thursday. So, got a little tune for you. We're going to start the day off with this one. I don't know, jammed to this one a little bit this morning. What's up, everybody? So, by the way, let me just say, Mr. William, Big Dusty, Little Dusty, Rabbit, Blackbird, Bride Guy, Anti-At Jack, Eimer, Rabbit, Kiss Off, Miss Loretta. I think I got most people. Oh, I saw Rank too. Can't forget my little kid down under. I keep coming by. I keep trying to find them cigarettes. One day. So hell yeah. So check this out. I'll be right with y'all. I'm starting a thing I've been working on a laptop. I'll explain here in a few. But here's a song. Check it out. George Jones, can't go wrong.
I've had choices since the day that I was born. There were voices that told me right from wrong. If I had listened, no, I wouldn't be here today, living and dying with the choices I've made. I was tempted by an early age. I found I liked drinking. Oh, and I never turned it down. There were loved ones, but I turned them all away. Now I'm living and dying with the choices I've made. I've had choices since the day that I was born. There were voices that told me right from wrong. If I had listened,
Hey, morning, Blackbird.
no, I wouldn't be here today, living and dying with the choices I made. Guess I'm paying for the things that I've done. If I could go back, oh Lord knows I'd run, but I'm still losing this game of life I play, losing and dying with the choices I've made.
Good old George.
I've had choices.
Welcome, everybody.
Since
It's
the
terrific
day
Thursday.
that I was born, there were voices that told me right from wrong. If I had listened, I wouldn't be here today, living, dying with the choices I'd made.
Hey, we've all had those moments. We've all got the memories.
Living and dying with the choices I made.
We've all had those. So what's up, everybody? And you were wrong both counts. Kiss off. I had my little golfing hat on because I got my Cluckin Alamo shirt on. Woo. Hey, it's Thursday. Man, I kind of dig the whole balls moving forward, son. By the way, I do want to set some. I'm just going to share this. You know, people can take this, but I figure there's so much shit that gets just blurted out, whether it's on the negative intentional or the positive trying to repeat it. But it's just got to stay on point, stay on the facts. And I noticed there's a girl, I think her name's Michelle. It's the Squirrel Tribe lady. And she's cool. I listen to her sometimes. And hey, Indy, what's up? And anyway, she was talking about how she ran into people with the whole Doge system and stuff. And she had saw a thing on X, you know, where it's like, yeah, this is legit. And then I thought, well, maybe that's just a select thing. Well, then I noticed Tim Pool put out this little clip, so I was listening to it, and during this clip he talks about the Doge and how it's not real. And it's like, no, it really is real. It's a real deal. It's actually been around. And Obama actually started it. So I figured I would just share and just show that it's like, yeah, Wait, I just saw Brad guy. Kim's Creation. Morning, man. Let's see. So I'm going to go here. Okay, first I'm going to show you this. So this is the executive order that he did. January 2025. So this is where he's doing the Department of Government Efficiency. But here's the part I wanted to show y'all. Right there. It's the reorganization and renaming of the United States Digital Service. The United States Digital Service is hereby publicly renamed as the United States Doge Service and shall be established in the Executive Office of the President. So, and just to show you, we're gonna follow this on up with another little, because just got to bring facts, man. Just the facts, man. Just the facts. And so here is the U.S. Digital Service. We'll go here. I'll click on this. This is the U.S. Digital Service. I'll put the links to both these pages in the chat here in just a sec. So this is the U.S. Digital Service. Here's their mission. This is stuff that they supposedly, what they were supposed to be doing, but they never did it. So it's a renaming. And so I just want to point that out. It's a renaming of the digital service. So it's a legitimate thing. So there, I just wanted to, what's up, Canadian? Northern brother from another mother. What's up, buddy? Morning, Miss Billy. Did I miss anybody else? I'm sorry, I was kind of babbling there for a minute. I just kind of wanted to, it's like, it's legit. It was a renaming of an organization. So that's all it was. Anyway, I figured I'd share that. Oh, wow, that part there was all slowed down. So, yeah. Let's see. I was gonna tell y'all about something else. Can't remember what it was. There's just going to be so much that's fixing to come out, and so there's going to be a counter to that. So much. Old Pam Bondi, the new Attorney General, has done said to disclose the Epstein files. You got the FBI that's done handed over the files of 5,000 agents in the Trump J6 cases. There's, I don't know. Like I say, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. We live in the greatest country. And as long as Americans stand up to be American, we still have a voice. It is what it is. Where's Rudy? Rudy's probably still in there curled up on his bed, passed out, because he's kind of just a lazy ass old man nowadays. Well, I don't know. The youngin' gets him fired up every now and then. That's it. Rabid reckoning's coming. It's just that, and it's across the. It's not just here too. It's across the thing. It's like, look at the South Africa stuff that's fixing to come out. The South Africa stuff. There's just so much. Where so much of that eco health system and the whole U.S. aid thing. And it's like, oh yeah, here comes the wrecking ball. Hey, what's up, Hillbilly? Been a minute. Hope all is well, staying warm. What's up, Michael? Dude, that cracks me up to read that because I used to work with a guy, and that's what he would call me every time I'd roll up. That's what he'd call me. Nobody else really ever did, but he did. That was just funny to hear that. By the way, so since my executive production producer is here now, Michael, I want to redo my intro. So I want to redo it. I'm going to redo the Serenity Prayer, but I want to change the music. No offense, but I got to say, I listen to that and I think, no, man, that's just not me in the morning. You know what I'm saying? What I think the youngins, I'm supposed to do this. You feel me? Two weeks more has happened in 4 years. Oh man, actually, you know what? In the last 2.5 weeks, more has happened in the last 2.5 weeks than's probably happened in, I don't know, maybe even a decade or better. When you just look at like this right here, the USAID thing is going to fixing to expose a lot of shit. I mean, it's because that's going to show all that money that you've always heard referred to as dark money. That's going to be that, hey, what's up, STP? Morning, Mother Clucker. But that's going to be that recycled money that they did. And that's why they're so pissed off. That's why they can't stand it. Because this is fixing. You're getting into the books. You're fixing to see how these people became on $174,000 a year salary. All of a sudden, they're now worth 10 million, 15 million. Yeah, you're fixing to see how that shit worked. And the cool part is this is just the beginning, which means there is a 4 hardcore years to go. It is what it is. So it's not like we're already halfway in and this is coming to be. Oh no, this ball got pushed off the cliff, son. We're in full forward momentum. All right, Michael. Yeah, I'll try to record a different kind of take. I think I was like focusing on it too much or something, so it just sounds so mundane. And I'm like, I don't feel that way in the morning. So the history of what caused is revealed. The future prevention has been delivered in orders of tactics. And good morning, Rescue. What's up, Zombie Force? I watched for over an hour the dock mill working on the wall. Just awesome to see money well spent finally. Right? Well, see, and that's Texas. We've been doing that down here. It's just been slower because it's just us. That wasn't really supposed to be in the plan, and we just kind of had to take that one on. Hey, morning, Miss Mary. It's good to see you. We can also take out the good morning. That way you can use it no matter what time you're live. Well, I don't mind. Or maybe we could do it. We'll do like, maybe I could just have to have two versions. I'll have my morning starter because I don't mind telling everybody good morning. Because it is what you make it. I used to be one of the people going, who said it's good? But then I realized, no way, it's good. Our eyes opened up and we took a breath. That right there made it a good morning. You got to deal with what you got. One thing about it, whining don't make it no better. But it just I love the forward momentum. Oh, and they've been shit, what's the word? Brain skip. Filibustering. They've been filibustering all night long in the Senate. I think it's is it the budget guy nomination? They're really not wanting to see RFK and Tulsi Gabbard son. You're fixing to go in and do heart surgery when you get to them two. Hey, morning, Moonchild. Miss Teresa. Morning, morning. But you figure, because this is just, that's like the trifecta, between the head of the intelligence, the head of the health, and you've already got the attorney general. Ooh-wee, son. It'd be time to pony up. Oh, yeah, Pam Bondi, she issued some statement. It was reported that she told the attorney general's little assistant attorneys to any of these city officials get in the ICE way, file charges. And by the way, I don't know who all saw that yesterday where he was signing the no men and women's sports deal. But I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know, man. I got to say, and while I was sitting there watching that kind of go down, and I was thinking, wow, it's been a minute since we kind of sat here and had a competent ass person talking at the podium. Me neither, Loretta, but I just, I'm not sure. I'm just kind of letting that one I'm just keeping an eye on that one. Because it's just, I'm like, there's always that possibility that there's more of a change of heart. Then again, I don't know, man. When you look at all the other people around her, are they going to will she get fired and replaced if she goes too far? So, there's, excuse me. That's it. And bro, that's me. Because there's so much other positive, good stuff going that it's like, okay, we're just going to keep an eye on that, Thank you, Miss Loretta, Miss Billy. So it's kind of like, and I just, plus, I don't know, me, I'm all about actions. And so it's like, okay, I heard the talk and that clip is then, I got you. But I want to see what her actions are right now. So far, good actions, talk about the Epstein list, holding these people accountable. Hopefully they start looking into some other stuff. But yeah, we'll have to see where this kind of goes. Because see, Don Jr., man, Don Jr. is so like into the 2A world. Like probably most of all these gun channels y'all watch, if they're large in any way, they probably had some kind of interconnection with Don Jr. So I don't know, man. We just have to see how this goes. One thing about it, she is the attorney general, so it is what it is. Now we just buckle up, enjoy the breeze in our face for the moment until we get slapped with one of them gnarly ass bugs, and then we're kind of gonna go, oh shit. But right now, this is just kind of like one of them cool ass sunrise that you do. You just get out on the road. The wind seems to be the right temperature. The sun is nice and bright. The sky's clear. Roads smooth. You're enjoying it, and it's all good. Some rides go that way. Some rides, you start out that way, and then you get slapped with a grasshopper in the face, and it changes the whole dynamics of everything. So I guess we're going to see what happens. Right now, I just got my feet up on the foot pegs, and I'm kicked back in cruise. Because it is what it is. But I totally dig the forward momentum that we're going. Oh man, this would be total. We would be on fire. Yeah, dude. And has anybody watched through some of that crazy ass interview, the unedited one? Boy, that started out as batshit crazy. A June bug about took my head off. Well, right? That's what I'm talking about. See, it's all shits and giggles until somebody giggles and shits. Let's see. I'm inside. I could put the guest thing up. Bam, bam. There we go. Michael, I don't know if where you're at is going to hold the connection, but anybody wants to come up, you're welcome. So much proof of corruption is coming out. It's hard to keep up with daily. Well, yeah. But it's just, see, this is the exposure. And I don't know, man. I hope it doesn't just go into one of those. Well, that's them. Now that we've dealt with them, because it's like, this is society, man. These are people. These people became that way. They weren't just spit out to be some crooked senator. They got that way, and that society allowed that. Somehow we allowed the immoral, crazy shit, and we just ride it off. Morning, Miss Tammy. Right, Rabbit. Hey, intelligent people. Oh, let's see how Michael's thing goes.
Whoa! It worked! All right.
Let me
Can you hear me?
Yep. Say something else.
Something else.
There you go. I turned you up just a little bit.
Oh, okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Rescue.
Morning, sir. Yeah,
I'm
I hope
surprised
that
it worked.
society changes. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that this is the wake up call, not just of, oh, look at all the corruption, but also like, wow, yeah, we need to teach our kids, because it's easy to go, yeah, the schools don't teach the Constitution, but what about the people at home? And it's kind of one thing to go, well, the schools don't say, the Pledge of Allegiance or the prayer, and they don't acknowledge. But what about at home? And that's It all starts at home, man. It starts right at the front porch. What you snacking on?
Pineapples.
Pineapple?
Yeah.
Oh. So wait a minute. Are you eating that out of a can? So you're holding a cup with your left hand, but you're stabbing it with your right hand while you're driving down the road. Shorty say it ain't so.
Yeah. Well, the hand that's holding my cup is also holding the steering wheel. So.
I just had to pick at you.
Multitasking.
Independent. Oh, didn't want to lose track of chat. It should not be mistaken. We didn't establish the American lands because we are weak. We are the definition of tactics and wisdom. man, the backbone, man. When you just look at the history without all the polluted talk and all the crap, there's just some strong people back then. I mean, you just look at the age of the men that wrote the Constitution and stuff.
I guess I could do that.
Holy shamoly. Oh, let's see. Who do we got? We got Rank.
It's Frank.
Or I guess we got him. I don't know. It's just
Yep. No, hang on. There we go.
there he is.
There he is.
Not that the picture's any better now, but
Right. We both got to put our lights on so you can see us.
I'm not getting any double marking, any feedback. We're
Nope.
coming through clear. All right, beautiful.
Sound good.
All right. Good. Yeah,
So
Battlefield,
how's
man.
it going in the land down under, Rank?
Oh shit, he's fucking moving now. No, fuck off.
They're like,
Right, yeah.
oh, we're gonna call him.
I'm not even kidding. Fucking someone fucking giving me a. Nah, not now.
It's the FBI.
Yeah, so the land down under.
right, Rabbit.
Oh,
Rabbit says Mayhem looks like he's in a Queen video, and it does. It looks like you're in that one where the black background is just the face floating.
Yeah.
the land down under.
This is the real life.
They've
This is
decided.
the fantasy.
Do you know those gel balls that you got? Those little gel balls, like gel blasters. They're like.
No, that's no better.
Yeah, they've made them illegal in Queensland. So you can't have gel blasters anymore. So everybody's signing the petition going, what the fuck? Like, we can't do anything anymore. Like, it's just out of control. This shit's getting dumb. Like, our government at the moment is getting ridiculous. But the guy that's coming in, he's starting to adopt a lot of Trump's policies. And he's doing a lot of Trump's policies, and everybody is really excited with the direction where things are going at the moment with Trump. And we're starting to see a lot of it happening here. So it's the overflow effect. So it good things are happening. Now, my biggest concern is they're going to try and I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. They're going to try and JFK his ass.
Well, see, I think so much is getting exposed. Like what this that USAID's fixing to, I think, crack open a lot of doors because it's just going to show how we've gone in and we've actually created these groups and then funded these groups to create this little dissent in all these areas. You know, it's like when they're looking at all this trans shit that we've gone off into these spots that had no business in, you know, over in Venezuela, Peru, all this, and trying to indoctrinate those. Well, it's creating that because you want that disrupt. Well, now, I guess in my redneck little in the woods way, dude, when America got created, the word freedom and rights got established and rippled across the world. So it changed the dynamics of all these countries, changed the way of life. Well, then as we started to fall under, because we're on the verge. I mean, I think we've got a good forward momentum right now, but things were so bad. We're so deep in debt, shit so crazy. It's still teeter-totter. Well, guess what? That same ripple went around the world too. So if we'll start fixing our shit, then that fix-it ripple will start going across. And that's when other countries are going to start going, yeah, we need to clean this shit up.
Sorry, I want to talk so bad about it. I love it. You guys were nearly out of debt, and then fucking Biden just buried. Like, it was just spend. Like, what the hell? Like, money was just flying out the door. Like, here you go. Everybody, yeah, you get $1. It's like, what the shit?
Yep. Dude, it's crazy seeing that. That's all come to light now. And now It's not. See, that's what that USAID, man. That the Doge thing. That's why they're so scared of it, because it's not talk. It's not hyperbole. It's not an opinion. It's on the financial side. You're literally looking at the bank statements, going, "Nope, this is where all this money went." And here's,
it makes me so angry.
The bullshit is erased off the table
God.
at that point. It's like, this is the actual factual data. And man, it's just like, when you get RFK in there with the health, son, you only imagine the data that's going to get exposed. And they're threatened by all that shit, dude. They've been making millions and billions of dollars off that shit.
Oh, they're running, and they're trying to cover it up. They're trying to go, no. There's nothing to look at here. Shut up. Go away. Look away. Look away. Look away. No. You didn't see that. No. Mate, oh my God. I love it. I love it.
Yep. We just got to keep the momentum, and people don't need to lose sight. And this is the one I will say this, with so much going forward, I'm worried that there's going to be too many people then that go, okay, cool, we got this. We're going to show y'all's ass. And then everybody sits back, and it's like, oh, no. Now's not the time to sit back. Now's when you start cleaning up your local shit, your state shit.
Mate, shit just got real, mate. It got real big quick, man. And it's only been 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks. Could you imagine what they're going to be doing in 2 months?
This is the year of FAFO.
Oh yeah, brother.
Right.
Oh mate. Oh, this shit's so good. Oh, mate, I couldn't be happier. Oh my God. This is great. And and I've said it to, like, I've got friends of mine who live here in Australia, and they hate Trump. And I'm like, mate, you don't even know. I said, like, I'm Australian, you're Australian. He's not even your fucking president. So stop being an idiot. Like, you're not doing your research. You don't know your shit. You don't know what you're fucking talking about. If you look into it, I go, do you remember when you were paying like $2 on the pump? I'm like, how much are you paying on the pump now for gas? And they're like, oh yeah. And I've actually converted a few people over, and they've gone, oh yeah, Trump doesn't look so bad now. You know, you've actually got a good point. Sorry to get all political and shit. Sorry.
No,
it's the same concept of J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance didn't like Trump because he listened to the media, and he changed his way after he did more research.
Yeah.
And now he's vice president.
Oh,
mate,
the Doge thing, man. That's see, this is one thing I like too, because you heard the AOC did the little screaming little match thing about these kids that Elon has, you know, and all this shit. To find out, somebody did a bio on that one kid, and the bio on that one kid, homeboy is like a genius.
That was funny as fuck.
That cracked me up. But see, it's that. But see, that's the creme de la creme, is the age. So this is the age. This is awesome, because the age of that kid, and I won't even say kid, young man. It's the age of that young man, because he's got fellow people, and so with those fellow people, then he can help change that youth part, because as they start seeing all this, then it's going to become very obvious. Because that's my personal take, which I wasn't even aware of the USAID up until this became thing. And it was like, wait, what? And then you look at the whole trail of it, and it's like, so this is your front store. I mean, yeah, Ukraine kind of is, and it was for sure, but this is your front. This is the one y'all put in to front your money. So you can filter all your little shit, and it all sounds good, and everybody just takes it because, oh yeah, cool, we're helping the poor little hungry kids in Ethiopia. This is awesome. Yeah, okay, I'll donate my $5, you know. And it's like, wait a minute, what? And then you're finding out that your tax dollars, I mean, because see, it's bad enough when you find out about we just sending it over to Ukraine. Everybody gets mad to a level, but it always tapers off because it's a war. Yeah, well, but now all of a sudden you're fixing to find out the actual details. It won't be some reporter version. It won't be a YouTube person. It won't be just some journalist's opinion. This is going to be like, oh no, here's where all the money went. And they don't want that so bad. And it's like Grumpy said, it's telling who is fighting the hardest against an accounting and what they're defending.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
Anti-Jack says CIA offers buyouts to its entire workforce.
Oh my God.
See, I think there's a kickback to that too. I think it's kind of like you get the buyout, you take it, you're getting it, yeah. But then as over the next year or two, as all this stuff comes out and, you know, some of maybe your illegal but unconstitutional shit comes to light, all of a sudden that payoff gets cut off and now you have to repay it, you know, and I'm hoping
everyone get ready for a screen grab. My wife's about to walk out of the bathroom with a do-rag on, or whatever the fuck you call it. What's it called?
Towel?
What did you say? Fuck you. Fuck you. She's not happy. Ring K1000 is hella mad.
Hey man, Rabbit, you know they say that the numbers have increased. And it's, you know, people are going to have confidence in the military again, dude. They just went batshit crazy upside down.
Bro, did you see the numbers boost in recruitment?
Yep.
Oh my God. It went through the roof because it's not woken shit. There she is.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Did anybody screen grab it?
Yeah. And they were all wondering why their numbers were down in recruiting. It's because of all the woke shit and the DEI shit.
You're mad.
There you go, Grumpy got a link up for the Doge cast, the Elon crew explaining what Doge is doing and what it is finding. See, that's the exposure, man. They don't, that's like, and that's why I wanted to show everybody that. So when you hear somebody talk about that, it's not legit, you know, it's just, it's Trump made that up. They're full of shit. They just haven't done research. So people need to pay attention to that too. Who's willing to do the work? So people are saying things that aren't true because that's a legitimate agency. It was been there. And when you look into the creation of it, Obama's the one that created it.
Well, rescue. Have you looked into, like, a lot of people don't understand what fucking tariffs are?
Oh, yeah. Hey, what's up, Zombie Force?
What's going on, Rescue and fellas, and hello, everybody in the chat.
Hey, Zombie. There you go, mate.
I'm there.
Tariffs are beneficial. Like,
Yeah.
And everyone's going, no, we can't get tariffs. And it's like, are you fucked?
Right. Me and Rescue were talking about this the other day. What was it? Canada had like a 200% tariff
on our milk. Hell, they got like a 234% tariff on our milk.
Jesus.
And it's like, well, that's funny because nobody gripes about that.
Yeah. But they grab about the 10%.
But wait a minute.
Or 15%.
So y'all ain't been charging Canada tariffs and now you want to? Oh, you're a bully. You're so mean. It's like, wait, what? It's kind of like, wait a minute. You're going to charge Mexico tariffs, but you haven't really been getting anything from them? God, you're an asshole. Wait, what? We've been the dumping ground, man. And I mean, it's just, that's one thing. That is one thing about Orange, man. See, that I like. I like just sometimes he goes off cuff and just flat out goes, no, we're getting screwed by everybody. And it's like, there you go, man. Let's just cut to the chase.
Oh, I got in an argument with a Canadian the other day. I can't remember what we were arguing about. And it just came into my head and I called him a snow Mexican. Like, I couldn't help it. I just went, you're a fucking snow Mexican, fuck off. Hey, whatever.
Well, Rescue, a lot of people, you know, they're not understanding about, they're thinking, you know, how much it's going to cost to get goods into these countries and how much taxes is going to be involved. But the secret to the matter is you have to look at our exports And he who controls the food and he who controls the water controls power. You might have gas and you might have natural minerals and resources, but you got to look at the tonnage. There's millions of tons of export into Mexico and Canada of food products that come out of America that they just don't have any resource for. And you got to look at the hundreds and thousands and millions of tons of grains that flow into Mexico and Canada. It's because, you know, they don't have agriculture built in like we do.
Yep.
So a lot of people, they're looking over there and they're looking over there, but the sheer amount, you're talking millions of metric tons of grain, millions of tons of chicken, beef. You know, beef, it kind of the 47% of all the beef exports in the millions of tons goes to South Korea and then it gets fed into China through that channel. But the primary amount of beef for export is into Mexico, South America, and Canada. You know, so we have these, we just have this knack for this negotiation that's happening. Everybody kind of looks like, oh, you know, the power, the electricity. No, it's the food.
Well, and it's a balance, and you know it's going to be. That's why I totally get it when he said how it's going to. Well, we're going to have some rough times, because, and this is the way I see it. The majority of people are lazy as shit and have become so self-reliant on the system.
Oh my God.
Yeah, whenever you do interrupt that, and prices are going to go up for just a little bit, but hopefully it's going to wake people up to then start doing things right here. Stop just going and buying from Amazon.
Rescue. Yeah. Sorry, I just want to let everybody know that. I want to let everybody know now that you failed an Instagram model, and this is what you had to resort to make your money. So your Instagram modeling career is over, bro. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, you figure this is promoted by that's why they infiltrated the colleges, because then you take away the skill labor, and then all of a sudden it's just like, think about how degrading they talk when they go, yeah, there won't be anybody to clean your bathrooms or pick your food or mow your grass, and it's like that's mentally screwed Americans into thinking that you can't do anything for yourself, that you need Big Brother to take care of you. That's why they've got people convinced your vote doesn't matter, that you don't need to participate. You need to just do what you're told and go along with it. Well, no, what you need to do is you can own a home. You need to find a place, maybe not where you know, or things maybe are so upside down, because it's gotten out of control and there is no switch to flip to where everything goes back into normal and it's all perfect. It's going to take a struggle. It's kind of like, I don't know, what was it, like 10 to 14 years, I think, that the founders of our country were being hunted down by a whole other nation's military. And so it kind of took a little bit to establish some shit. Well, we've gotten so far out of whack that it might take a little bit. So there might be some little uncomfortable times, but suck it up, Buttercup. Morning time.
Right.
Morning, Midnight Blue.
Yeah, your grandkids are waiting for me to die because they want my inheritance, mate.
I mean,
what people... A lot of children...
That's why Trump... That's why Trump won. Trump won because people are sick and tired of being guilted and shamed and called uneducated and, you know,
for real.
All these labels that they kept throwing at him, and they're like, well, you know, he doesn't call us all that stuff. He doesn't say we're uneducated. He doesn't shame us.
No.
The establishment.
That's a really good point, mate. That's a really good point, what you just said there. Yeah, he doesn't shame. He looks at people like real people. Yeah, for real. Yeah.
I mean, what you have...
He acknowledges everybody as Americans. And it's like, that's almost like some kind of rare thing. And it's like, wow, that used to be a thing when I was growing up. I mean, we were considered Americans. Go ahead, Zombie.
He looks at a person like a person. He doesn't judge.
It's all down.
His wife's fucking. Where's she from? Slovenia or something? Or I can't even remember now. But I got to tell you now, you guys in America, you guys have the hottest first lady in the world. Oh my God, she is banging. Oh, you fucking scored with that one.
Oh, you mean you really like Jill, huh?
Just shut the what?
I mean,
What were you gonna say, Zombie?
What I was going to say is everybody's. I mean, it's kind of this woke society worldwide, and it's kind of contaminated the United States. Is to think about we have this industrial might inside this country, and it's kind of like just the topic of eggs. You know, we were talking about some chickens and chickens in a bathtub the other day. It's kind of like the mass production of eggs inside the United States and poultry comes from 28 states only. People have to understand that. But on a whole scale, back in the day, we went from 2,500 suppliers, major suppliers in the United States, down to 700 major suppliers in the United States. But then you have to do the math, and the math sucks. It means that all the major producers of poultry inside the country, for example, their cost, which means if the major grocery stores, shopping centers, whoever's selling this poultry, these eggs, they're getting an average price of about $1.29 per pound on average. So then when you go to an average cost as a consumer, you're looking at $7 to $8 a pound on average. So you have to understand who's making all the money and where is it going, and who's trying to control all of that, instead of saying, hey, I can have chickens, I can have a cow, and they're not making laws and rules against every American inside this country to have chickens and cows. If you understand, there's that dark hand reaching in there.
All right.
And especially with the regulations.
Zombie, first question. All right, first question. When are you going to get off YouTube and get a contract doing audio books?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Yeah.
I'm just trying to stay out of the way of things and just kind of be a good observer. But the fact of the matter is if you look at all of I mean, we're talking, and people don't really realize that we're talking millions of metric tons of food products we export out of this country.
Keep talking, bro. Keep talking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, come on. Keep talking.
And,
yeah, come on.
And what happens in all of that is if we say, hey, we're not sending anybody else any food products out of our country, then where does that leave us? You know, our prices, true. Eggs are going to start being 59 cents a dozen again. Gas is going to start being 59 cents a gallon. It's because we have this crooked little politically politically controlled market, you know, of whenever the politicians start getting involved in our money and our freedom of living, and they say, hey, you can't have a chicken because you've got to buy ours, or hey, you got to buy our beef, or hey, you got to buy our meat. And it's kind of like they underestimate this, you know. So exactly. So
that's why in my area, I have chickens, you know, and we have excess of eggs, and I go down to the farmer just down the road from me, and he has cows, and when one of his cows is ready for slaughter, he's like, hey, since you gave me, you know, this amount of eggs, I'm gonna give you, you know, 50 pounds of the beef. Okay, cool. And so a lot of places are doing that now. A lot of people are doing that now, where they're bartering with their neighbors, and you know,
But
I
mean,
Battlefield, I don't think he'd appreciate the way that you spoke about his daughters.
yeah.
I mean, just to put it out there, just to put it out there on the table,
cows. Like, come on, bro. A little bit of respect, mate.
just to put it out there on the table, you know, in the United States, believe it or not, in the United States, we produce enough poultry meat inside the United States for every. I figured it. I
Rabbit.
figured it. I figured it at 325 million people. That's enough poultry we produce every single day in the United States for every single person to have a half a pound of chicken every single day, 365 days a year. So what does that tell you?
How the hell does KFC function? Come on.
It's a pattern.
Oh, they're barely
It's a
they're barely
society
functioning.
pattern. You're relying on a system, and so by doing that, that leaves it's
Yeah.
you're
What the
creating your
hell?
own strings for the puppet. Because then, as the store changes, that's how your locals get squashed off. You're still eating the same food in your mind. You're making lasagna, but you're not going to the local butcher anymore because he's been shut
Hang
down because
on.
Walmart came in, or Kroger came in, or Aldi came in, or some corporate store. Because when corporate comes in, and we lived it right here, we've watched it go down with the Walmart come in and squash out our local shops. We've watched it when our Sonic. We used to have
That
a Sonic
happened
that was
here.
family owned and operated, and it operated. We literally have checked out every Sonic from here all the way down to fucking Disney World in Florida. I made it a point when we did a kid trip one time to stop at every Sonic along the way we would see to taste the drinks to see if there was a change. And there was a difference in service. But the minute that lady's husband died and she decided to sell that business, a franchise, a corporation came in and bought it up, it immediately changed everything. All of a sudden, everything is getting weighed out. Everything has because there is a data bank. Well, this is a marketing thing, and this corporate world's been at this for decades because it's called marketing. It used to be flyers in the mail. It used to be the dude that jammed the bell and hung the thing out going that the sale's going on right here. It's progressed to the digital age. Well, now they literally have entitled and until people kind of go, you know what, I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit on maybe some extra fluff, some membership, this, that, gym membership. You can exercise at home. You don't actually have to go to another building to do it. You can just get the hell up and exercise at home. And, shit like that. Then you go to the local butcher. Well, then that way you can start promoting local business. But it needs to be local business that produces right here, not local business that buys off of Amazon and then puts it on a local shelf. That's not buying local.
Yeah, and it's like McDonald's, the McDonald's Corporation, man. They have their own egg and poultry supply companies that exclusively supply them. And it's kind of like, I know that they're not paying $7 a dozen for those eggs. I know they're not paying $8 a pound for that chicken. It's kind of like.
You seriously think that's real egg?
What?
It's powdered egg.
At McDonald's, it's fucking powdered shit. The same shit they give you in the army. It's like that's powdered shit. Yeah, it's fake ass. It's not real egg, mate. You're not getting real egg at McDonald's, mate.
It's the cheapest way to produce something. That's what corporate brings into the table. They take an item that you make and they say, "Oh, look, Grandma makes this awesome chicken steak dinner." Then what they'll do is they'll take that and then they scientifically start breaking down the flavor system into a chemical product, because then they can produce that. A good example is mayonnaise, a simple egg white and oil mix. But yet, if you look at that label, there's like 13 ingredients to it. And it's like, why? It's because you chemically had to make that flavoring to get that mayonnaise flavoring. But somewhere along the way, and some of those companies, if you look in the history, they started out original. So see, it's not like the big evil plan. They started out with original ingredients, and then they slowly, their corporation bigger as their business grew, and they changed their ingredients. It's just that the public was so used to Hellman's or Duke's or whatever it is, and they just said, okay, and they start following. That's what happens. I mean, now there is some evil shit with our politicians because they're stealing our money.
Hey,
what happens is. Oh,
hang on, never mind. Sorry.
What happens is whenever somebody created a recipe, for instance, like Heinz. Well, the Heinz Corporation now bought that recipe, but they have to put so much into these products to preserve these products instead of them being fresh on the shelf, which people should understand. Like an average egg, if it's refrigerated in the right way, it's only good for about 1 month. So the fact is it's all of this excessive charge when our local producers, like I remember back in the day when I was a kid, you could go to an actual farmer's market where you actually met each individual trying to hustle you into buying some of their corn or buying some of their tomatoes or some of that, because it was
That's what
it
we
was
got
an
here.
yeah, and it was an abundant market. I mean, if people understand the stranglehold all of these fast food restaurants, all of these Walmart super centers has put on us. In the Walmart in Arkansas, you got to remember this. They they uh they was in the game when Bill Clinton was the governor over there in Arkansas, and I remember the first major distribution center being established in Arkansas. And the free trades, you got to remember the free trades agreement was opened up through Bill Clinton. And then all of our money just starts kind of just pouring out of the country. And we get, it's kind of like you get suckered in. You get your first bag of weed, let's say, for $5, but then the price just gradually goes up to where it's like $50 a bag. So then you become dependent. You're so damn dependent
Well, you're
on
used to
this,
it. You're used to
Yeah,
the increase because it comes like at a quarter at a time. And so you just then one day you realize you're paying $50 for what you used to pay $5 for, and it's kind of like, wait, what? And it's like, yeah, you've been led way over here into the other pasture. You just didn't realize it.
Hang on, Rescue. I got a zombie. I'm going to give you a quick breakdown, real quick. Okay, you brought up Arnott's before. Okay, so Arnott's biscuits. Do you know that was Arnott's biscuits was originally Australian owned, and that was sold off to America. All right.
yeah,
So what Ugg boots? Ugg boots? They were Australian owned, and they patented it. It was an Australian owned company, and America bought it off, and they went, nah, they got bigger lawyers, and then Ugg boots. It's originally Australian owned. So
yeah.
you took that as well. You've bought out so many fucking companies from Australia. You guys are doing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is people have to realize it's not we are just the little guys. We're the consumers. We're the ones that are subject to go into these retail outlets and establishments and pay their price. But the amount of millionaires inside the United States inside the last 50 years, the ones that have they just kind of been riding the wave of money, and they're not concerned on whose pocket it's coming out of, because
Yeah.
they're gonna eat. They're
Do,
gonna
do,
eat.
do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's like the what do they call the scenario? Slipping over in the supermarket and you're getting $1 million. You're slipping over in the
Yeah,
supermarket. Whereas, I'm going to buy out this little company from this other country. I'm going to trademark your name because that looks good, and I like your product. I'm going to take it for myself and make it for myself, and then I'm going to do it myself.
Dude, that's what
And
China does.
oh yeah, fuck, big time.
No, I mean that's how they clone. You go because if you
I
go to
know.
any business and as you do it, every business over there has to work
Yeah,
with
I
the
know.
CCP. So the minute you go to do business, your plans just got uploaded over there, and then they just do your shit cheaper.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Right.
Oh, so when are we launching our new TikTok? Oh no, we're calling it Tic Tac, aren't we? Tic Tac.
CPAC.
Yeah, CPAC's already taken. We can't use that one. No, we're gonna do Tic Tac.
I've been fortunate enough to be in some of the places inside India and inside Pakistan and some places to where they manufacture, like, let's just say clothes.
Fucking keep
They
that
they
shit.
they just it's this crazy ass thing. But the blue jean materials for a set of blue jeans, let's just say blue jean, they're made out of cotton. They're sewn the same way. They're made the same way, but there's one distinct thing, and I think you're talking about it. It's called a label. Whenever they put that label on there, it increases the price dramatically just through the label, even though it is the exact same pair of pants.
Yeah.
Brand
It's,
marketing.
Yeah, exactly. Like I know that from trucking. I picked up from some of these places like Kellogg, you know, and that's basically what you're buying because Kellogg's they have
Los
their
Australians.
boxes, you know, cornflakes and whatnot, and then you go to the cheaper brand, you know, whatever they call it, it's manufactured in the same plant. You know, and all you're spending like $1.50, $2, whatever more for the brand label instead of going, oh, that one's cheaper. And some of them, I will say, some of the cereals that they have taste like cardboard, but
see, it's really, think about it. It's been that way with everything. It's if you go buy a Chevy shirt, that shirt's no different than any other shirt. It's just that all of a sudden this one has a Chevy logo, and now it's going to cost you three times more because it's got the Chevy logo. The Harley Harley coffee cup says Harley Davidson on it. All of a sudden it's worth three times more than just the regular portion plain cup.
Rescue. All right. This is the thing. Most of the money is going into the fucking packaging. We don't give a shit. Most of the money is going into the packaging.
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
We don't care about the packaging. I just want to eat.
The what? I can barely hear you myself, but if I turn you up, then Mayhem and them are going to be real loud, and it'll probably blare through my speaker.
Oh, sorry. Am I too loud?
No, I can barely hear you, so that would qualify as just the opposite of I can't. Too loud.
Oh.
I mean, I'm old enough. I'm old enough, and there's other people that's old enough to remember when you actually took your ass down to a dealership way back in the day, and you actually drove a GT Mustang. Then you knew that label on that GT Mustang. You knew that it had a more powerful engine. You knew it had a more powerful transmission. You knew it was a more of an automobile. But nowadays, when you take your ass down to a dealership, it's all about the plastic interior, and it's all about the label that they slap on the side of it. They're all the same. They're all the same.
It's a good point, Tommy, because look, it's made cheaper but costs 10 times more.
Exactly. So you're paying for all of these fat millionaires, all of the wealth of the markets inside the country that's controlling what the next the brand label is. It's not the product. People don't understand. We're all driving around in Tuppermade, and it's sort of like I know you drive a truck.
You got to make sure you paid $9,000 for that paint protection.
Yeah, and talking about the truck drivers, you know, when I was in the military, we drove trucks too, and the fact of the matter is if you take an average vehicle, semi truck or a car, and you go back to 1977, and you put that vehicle inside of a grinder and you grind it all up, and you say, hey, what can I recycle out of this vehicle? Well, it was all steel and aluminum products and less the tires. But now when you put that same vehicle into a recycling bin, you're only getting about a third of the recycling products out of it, and the rest of it goes in the landfill. So you tell me, it's sort of like the packaging thing. You're buying the package, it's full of plastics and whatever, but there's no content, there's no substance to it anymore. It's kind of like that's where we've gone wrong. You know, we don't.
It's a disposable thing, and it's no different than pharmaceuticals. You don't want to cure anybody. You just treat them, so it's a perpetuating customer. Same thing out here on the market. You don't want a vehicle to last 10, 20 years no more. You need that to be old, so that way it perpetuates your customer base. Same thing with all these other products. That's why that's why Hollywood actually hit a stagnant thing during the whole COVID thing, because it interrupted all the writer things, and all of a sudden they're like, what do we do? And all they could do is reach over and recycle old shit because they didn't know what to do. But this is marketing.
I mean, we were warned.
Hang on, zombie, mate. The way you were speaking about that, like, it was starting to sound like I had to put together IKEA furniture. Like, if I buy a car, it comes with a little Allen key. Like that was getting real painful there for a minute. Like,
Oh, they don't even design vehicles for you to work on anymore. That's why they're all have the whole sensors, all the sensors and the electronics and the firmware. That's the idea to go to the ECMs was good at first because it's just technology, and as we're coming up with ways to do things, it was like, hey, we can do this, but now it's become it's a way that they can force you to the dealership because they start making that where the things, every little sensor, and the sensor goes wrong. The tire sound like I have friends.
I was going to say that too. Because like when I go to the car shows and you got all the older Mustangs and GTOs and all that, you look at they have the hoods up, and you look at the engine compartment, and there's like space. You can put luggage in there, and then now you open up a hood. You can't even. There's no space whatsoever. And when you go to work on it,
no traction control, no computers. Yeah.
I go to change my own engine oil, and I can't even reach my oil filter because there's so much crap in the way. And then I take it down to the dealership and I ask the mechanics, I said, why do you guys have it like that? And the mechanic even told me every year they have to go back to school to learn how to work on the newer models every single year.
Well, cars and trucks, man, people should understand the cars and trucks in the industry, they used to be what they call utilitarian, which means that it was actually a tool. It was something that bettered your life. But now, it's kind of like people are buying these vehicles just for the comfort. It's comfortable, but you can't. It's sort of like, I know somebody that's got really nice, hopped up, one of these new model Camaros that's hopped up. It's got wide tires on the back of it, but guess what? He just had a puncture on his back tire, and he can't even fit the tire into the trunk of it. He has no room inside the car for the tire. The tire that actually fits the car won't fit in the trunk. You see, it has no spare.
So this is, to me, I always laugh and blame it on the CAD engineers because they sit at a desk and they take this cool drawing and design, and then they figure a way to just compact most shit. And next thing
the utilitarian use of a vehicle. It's kind of like, I've been down to Australia, and it's kind of like, we know down there that they have to have a utilitarian vehicle. You want a fucking a Mazda, you want to drive a Mazda Miata around down there. You got to have a vehicle that's going to work. It's going to carry.
MX5 they are down here. Your Miatas, we call them MX5s. Yeah,
and exactly.
We got Hiluxes, and you guys have got the
we need to get the Luxes up here, though.
Yeah, you guys got you got Tacomas.
We got the goofy versions.
Yeah, and mate, even the fucking Taliban have fucking Toyota Hiluxes, like with.
Dude, if you take a Toyota truck, an American Toyota truck, and put it through the same rigorous testing as a Lux, and they don't match up.
It won't.
And once again, that goes into what we were talking about earlier with all the regulations, all the federal crap, all the looking out for their buddies. That's where your lobbyists come in, and all of a sudden they prevent so much shit.
Oh, mate, I bought my brand new. I bought my
Hey, Hilux.
I bought my Hilux brand new. 2014, so 10 years old.
I mean, back when I was,
I love it, mate. It doesn't run out of steam. It's fucking great, mate. It's so good.
Who knows? That might change here in the next couple of years.
I mean, back in the day, back in the day when I drove a truck, you know, a big commercial truck. I mean, we're talking about a spring ride suspension. We're talking about a truck that only had a heater. It didn't have any air conditioner. It didn't have any power steering. You know, and the only no, it was an old International Transtar, and what it amounts to is it was only comfortable to drive the damn thing if it had actually had a load on the back end of it. If it was loaded, it rode like a Cadillac. If it was empty, it would just beat your kidneys out.
Cab over, wasn't it?
Now they got it to where they got rolling houses back there, microwaves, televisions, air ride suspension.
Showers,
you know,
shitters.
yeah, it's kind of like you know, I can appreciate it. You know, I can appreciate that because the ones that we drove.
Zombie, they got SUVs and shit. The Escalade SUVs that they can pretty much deck all out with all that kind of shit damn near. I think everything's shy of the shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I took myself down one day and I said, you know, I think I'm going to buy me a Platinum F-150. And I kept it for 30 days because when I've got an old model, I've got an 04 Super Duty. And when I put just a little bit of stuff in the rear end of this pickup truck, I was thinking, man, it was built more like a car than a pickup truck. There was no utilitarian factor involved in it. It was built for comfort. And I'm thinking, who the hell wants to drive around in a comfortable pickup truck? You know?
You know what? You see down here, if you want a good utility type truck, like most people do around here for their deer leases and shit like that, you got to go get a fleet vehicle or a commercial vehicle is what you tell them. And then you don't get the one that's on the lot. Then you're going to get the raw version that comes down without the bullshit. Right. But the ones out there on the lot have all the little bells and whistles, and that's got the larger price tags.
Yeah, that's just like my pickup truck that I showed up to your house rescue. Remember? That thing has so many sensors on it. I call it the lazy man's truck because it has a sensor for the high beams. You know, high beams and low beams. It has a sensor for when it rains. It'll turn on the wipers. And I figured out how to turn it off. But every time I turn off the truck and turn it back on, all the sensors go back to its original form. But it's so annoying. I'm like, because it'll turn off the high beams just because it picks up a light.
Hey,
in a curve, and I'm like, this is just weird.
Hey, Michael. Okay, y'all hold the fort down for me. The missus is fixing to leave to work, and I'm gonna see her to the door. So I'll be back.
Copy, boss. All right, Dad. I'll see you soon.
Dad, I'll see you soon.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for him to come back with cigarettes and milk. He just left me one day and never came home.
Oh,
and now this is how we communicate. Yeah, so Butterfield, when you come home with your truck, do you put on your little for Pride Month? Do you put on your underglow on your truck and shit?
Oh yeah,
your little lights.
Yeah,
like rainbow.
It slowly changes the colors. You know what I mean? Slowly. Yeah. Got to do it, man. I want to be part of that DEI. You know what I mean?
Oh hell yeah!
I can't do that anymore.
It's all about the show. You know, it's the show. It's the show. It's the show. It's not about the use. It's the show. You know, it's sort of like clothes and vehicles and houses, and you know, you can only. It's my motto is you can only be in one room at a time, and you gotta put your britches on just like anybody else, you know. So I mean, it's kind of like they've crossed that into some kind of a video fantasy, you know, and it's kind of like, what the hell, you know? And then you look at the average person and you think, what the hell do you need all of this crap?
Bro. Please just go. Please, zombie, go pick up the closest book next to you and just start reading.
Oh hell! But it's kind of
I'm
like,
serious. I dare you to do it. I dare you to do it. Come on.
oh,
Come on.
but
The
the fact
closest
of the
book.
matter is
I don't care if it's the Bible, bro. Come on. The
I'm just a
closest.
I'm just
Come
a
on.
scavenger, man. I love scavenging. You know, I get up
That's
most
fine. I don't care if it's a newspaper. Come on.
oh shit.
Yeah.
So
Oh, mate.
so what we got is
This is probably a bad idea because fucking Battlefield's probably going to fall asleep.
oh yeah, I gotta go wake
He's
I
going to
gotta go
fall
wake up
asleep
the
behind the
troops,
wheel and
man.
just go, oh,
Off your
he's
dead
gonna,
asses and
he's
off your
gonna
down
knock,
feet.
he's gonna
Get out of the shade and get in the heat.
Oh my
But
god.
no, I try to avoid. Here's the thing I think is you can't untrain me. You know, you can take away everything.
Hang on. I need to get smoked, so I'm gonna come back. Yeah, all right.
You know, you can take away everything I've got, but you can't take away my training. You know.
Right.
So I mean, it's just I love scavenging, man. You know, but I go through some of these neighborhoods and shit, and I see all this worthless shit that these people are. They have it, and it's kind of like, okay, now you got it. What are you gonna do with it? What does it do for you? Nothing. You know, they have
Right.
no skills. They have no skills. It's sort of like we were talking about this the other day in a live stream about, you know, what do you teach your children? I mean, sure, they should know how to. They should know how to do math. They should know how to run a computer and do software, but they should also know how to use a shovel and a tape measure and a hammer, and you know, to be able to, you know, that's where we go
Yeah.
wrong. You know, we go wrong there.
Yeah.
Our kids,
Change a
our,
tire, man. You know how many?
yeah,
You know how many of the new generation doesn't know how to change a tire?
you know, it's pathetic. You know,
It's very
it's
What do
pathetic.
you mean? I don't change tires. What are you talking about? I get a mechanic to do it for me.
I'm not talking about you, Ray. I'm talking about everybody else.
Hey, when I
Yeah.
was driving a truck, back when I drove a truck, believe it or not, the old company that I worked for, we had a jack, we had a huge ass fucking breaker bar lug wrench, and we had a tire. We didn't have a wheel, we had a spare tire, and we had an air chuck that fit into the airline on the service line. And that's how we changed our fucking tire on the side of the fucking road, believe it or not. And when that truck came in to the yard on the weekend, then half of your fucking day off was spin out there with the mechanic helping change the oil and check the brakes and everything on that thing. You actually
Yeah.
you had you had real mechanical knowledge of hands-on mechanical knowledge about the rig that you was operating.
Yeah.
You know,
You need to
Not
be
long ago.
Yeah, you need to be mechanically minded. Yeah.
Not long ago, I came across a driver. He had a busted airline, and he was he was blocking the entrance ramp to the highway. You know, and I passed him. I saw him, young dude. So I turned around. You know, went down to the next exit, turned around, went back into the truck stop, dropped my trailer, bobtailed over to him, and I said, "Hey, man, we're right here by the shop. You know, go ahead and drop your trailer. I'll hook up to your trailer, and I'll pull it over to that shop, and you bobtail over and have them fix your airlines, and I'll park your trailer, drop it there." And this generation, they don't know what to do unless they're told what to do. Because he was like, "Oh no, it's okay. I'm waiting for this." I'm like, "Just call up your dispatch and tell them there's another driver here with a bobtail that's going to hook up to the trailer, move it over to the truck stop, and you just drive over to the mechanic shop over there and get your shit fixed." Oh, I don't know. I'm like, call your dispatch and tell them what's going on. You are blocking people from getting. I mean, he was totally blocking it because he was like making the turn, so the whole thing was blocked. You know, and I'm like,
There's a
just tell
difference.
the.
There's such a huge difference. There's such a huge difference between what we used to call uh, a truck driver, an operator, and now they're
Yeah.
just wheel holders. They're just wheel
Yeah.
holders. They hold the wheel. You know?
Hey, oops.
Oh yeah.
They
Yeah.
Make it a good day,
Exactly.
they have GPS. They have electronic logs. They have all of that stuff. You know, and I think that if you want to be, if you want to be nowadays, I mean, if you want to be a truck driver, go back and buy some 1980 model cab over trucks with
18
no air
speed.
conditioners and spring
Yeah.
ride suspension, and say, here you go, drive this for 6 months and come back and see me. You know,
Man,
Right.
you know, they got
Right.
they got CDL licenses now for automatic and standard. So like you can just go
Right.
get an automatic CDL. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? So you have a commercial driver's license, but all you can do is an automatic, so you can put it D and drive? No. This is not how it's supposed to work. That's not how anything's
No.
supposed to work.
And they don't make trucks like they used to. They don't make trucks like they used to, like Cummins and Detroit engines. And I know this for a fact because I used to work for a guy that he had. I can't remember what year it was, but it was the last Cat engine that he had, and I can't remember when Cat stopped making semi
I tell
engines.
you,
But
I
he
had
had a Cat engine, and I'm telling you, that thing, it broke down,
No.
but I was still able to limp to the shop, and the guy looked at me and he pulled off the top, and it was like a couple of the headers were busted and whatnot. And he looked at me and he said, "You drove it over here?" And I said, "Yeah." Why? He said, "Looking at the engine, you shouldn't have been able to drive it here." And I was like, "Well, if that had been a Cummins or a Detroit engine, yeah, I probably wouldn't, but it's a Cat."
Hey,
oh yeah,
Battlefield.
No, I didn't
have-
get it done. It
Whoa,
started
whoa, whoa, whoa.
sprinkling, so I stopped out there because I was starting to spin in my tires. I'm gonna try it till later.
Everyone talk at once. Damn it. Yeah, I'll tell you a funny one. So you've seen Australian road trains, how many trailers they get on? Like Australian road trains, they have like 3 trailers hooked up on the big rigs.
Yeah.
And so what they're supposed to do when they go into the main town up in Townsville, they drop off 1 trailer or 2 trailers outside the town, and they'll take 1 in, and you got to go pick up the second trailer and take that into the yard, and then you go out and pick up the last trailer, and then you take that into the yard. You know, my mate didn't know that the first time he got his fucking license. Sorry about the language, everybody. I'm Australian. I swear a lot. So my mate didn't know that, right? So he drove the road train right through the middle of town, which was totally illegal and you're not supposed to do, and then drove it into the yard. And he goes, and the boss turned up the next day, and the gate just shot behind the truck, and he locked the gate. And the boss is like, "What? How did you get through town?" He's like, "Well, what?" He's like, "No one told me. No one told me that." Passed his truck license, everything, driving a road train, hauling 3 trailers full of cattle. Like, what the hell?
Rabbit says this
Yeah,
little
thank-
tractor has a Perkins in it, a 3-cylinder, 47 horsepower.
Oh, yeah.
Mate.
Rabbit also said 3608 Cat. I guess that's the last engine they made for semis. 3608
Actually,
Cat.
it was cheap.
Well, there was a bunch of Caterpillars in there. There was one truck that I had way back in the day. It had what they call a 4 1/4 Caterpillar with a turbo on it. It was in a cab over, like a submarine looking truck. And it just had a standard 10 speed, and all these big fancy trucks would always try to figure out how in the hell does that truck make it up those mountains and down those mountains quicker than I did. You know, it's because
if you don't get a downhill run, you got to get a downhill run to get up the other side of the hill, eh?
Oh yeah, and it's kind of like a,
Oh, yeah.
you know, you have to go around in a circle and get wound up before you can get back on the interstate.
You got to get the run. You got to get the run up the hill. Oh,
Hey,
mate.
morning, Scat Pack.
But
Scat back.
you know,
Scupper.
I'm happy with my generation. I'm going to stick with what I know, and I'm going to stay away from the things that I don't know. My life is simpler that way.
Mhm.
You know,
Right.
Yeah, you
ignorance
should.
can be bliss.
You, did you pick up? Did you pick up a book yet or not?
Oh no, I'm audiobook man.
Yeah, you mate. I swear to God, if you don't get a contract doing audio books, I don't know what the hell, mate.
Yeah, that's some good old Southern Louisiana Mike Rowe voice going on there. I think.
Mate, you'll kill it. Trust me, you'll be very mad. You'll be making mad money, man. Mad money.
No.
No, not really, not
Mad.
no more. He'll do one, and then they'll have the voice, and then the AI will take it over from there, and then every other book can sound just like him, only it'll be AI.
Oh.
Oh, actually, rescue you. You keep talking. Maybe you could do it.
They already do that now. They've got that with what was Morgan Freeman? They've got his voice
Oh
Oh
in
yeah.
yeah.
AI.
Have you seen Morgan Freeman, the Dung Beetle?
Ma.
If anybody hasn't seen that, just Google it on YouTube. Morgan Freeman Dung Beetle. And here is the dung beetle. Pile of puff, pile of poo.
Ah,
What the
Oh, yeah.
I'm Morgan Freeman.
Can you play
I'm
it now,
gonna read you a
Rescue, if
book
you can
about
find it?
Who was the other dude
the
that
dung beetle.
he played in Conan?
Morgan Freeman.
He
Oh,
was the big
Conan.
black dude, but I don't think he was tall. He was just wide.
That was racist. What the hell?
Well, no, because I didn't want you to think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger is who I was talking about. It was the other
Yeah.
guy, the bad guy. It wasn't the Conan. It was the bad guy.
Oh, shit. What was his
Remember, he
name?
had the damn snake thing on his
Yeah,
head and
yeah.
shit.
What the fuck was his
I
name?
can't remember.
Yeah, me either.
James
That's
Earl.
That's why I'm asking. Fuck, I wish I
Is it
knew.
James Earl something?
Yeah,
Oh, someone in chat knows.
Yeah.
not James Earl Jones.
Yeah, James Earl Jones. He's got a real talent. You know,
Yeah,
he was
James Earl Jones.
he was in
Yeah.
Red
May
October.
he
He was
rest
in
in
a bunch
peace.
of movies.
Vader.
Red October. Oh, was that the submarine one?
Yeah, that was a submarine movie. He was
Oh, that
really
was shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Speaking of James Earl Jones, may he rest in peace.
Oh yeah, he died, didn't he?
Yep.
He was Darth
Died last
Vader.
year.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Rabid. Yeah.
He was
I
Darth
saw a thing
Vader,
where
voice
they
of
got his voice.
Mufasa.
They've got his voice in the AI because I read a story where there's a company that was trying to license from his, I guess it's like his estate because it's that branding. You know, once again, there's an actor, he's branded no different than Nike tennis shoes. So you got this name is branded and it's the estate and they're so that they can do audio books through their.
Oh, that's fucked.
Oh, what?
So yeah, who knows? We'll start having all the new little stories being read by good old James Earl Jones.
Well, hopefully, if they do that, hopefully they give the rights to the to the
I think it's
family
wrong.
of James Earl Jones.
I think society's already showing right now how manipulating they can be. You know how the mind, just this digital stuff, and how zoomed in, and it leads people. So yeah, the last thing we need is some popular people's voice in AI because then next thing you know, they'll be swearing that's the gospel, whatever that voice says, and they won't have a clue.
They already have it like on this platform, YouTube. I don't know how many times I have heard a advertisement saying that a lot of people don't know this, but you can get a lot of money, and it's either Donald Trump's voice, Steve Harvey's voice, Dr. Phil's voice, or something like that. And if you listen very closely to it, you're like, wait a minute, they didn't do this. They didn't do the voiceover for this.
Hey, bro,
You
I'm
know, but
stealing
how many people are getting manipulated and going, "Oh wow, I could get money. Let me click on this link. Let me
Morning,
put in
Double
my
Dog Pepper.
information."
I'm
Dude, they did
stealing
that.
you.
That's
I'm
what actually
stealing
came
you.
out with the U.S. aid is they did that with Ukraine. So the whole little old what is it, Angelina Jolie? She got like, I think 33 million or some shit like that. That other little dipshit.
Fucking what?
Who was it that went over there?
33
Sean
million?
Penn. Sean Penn got like 10 million or something.
Oh
Those
my
other
God.
people got paid. Old damn, what's the goofy comic dude? They disclosed how these people got paid to go over and do that whole pro Ukraine shit. So yeah,
You know,
fake
if
shit.
you
Yeah.
if somebody manages to go in there and actually physically kidnap Lazinski, you know he's got a worldwide reward on his ass. You can just kind of be retired after that.
Hey, did you hear about that? How you guys in America, they pledged 178 trillion, and he goes, we've only received 60 trillion. So like, where's the rest of the money gone?
Oh yeah.
It's just vanished.
Well, this is dude.
Wow.
He's a typical little pawn. You can see it in little street gangs and stuff. You know, see, while he's at the pinnacle of his little sales on the corner, he thinks he's top
Oh,
dog
Ben
and shit.
Stiller,
And that's
Tiger
because he
said.
hasn't realized that he's been played by the other people. But now all of a sudden, a wake up call to realize that, oh yeah, you were being played by the people you thought that you were like buddy with. No, they were playing you. You were a token. That's what he started to realize.
You're a little bitch, bro. Yeah, you're a little bitch.
Tiger said in the chat, the comedian you were thinking of is Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's funny. Yeah.
And it's kind of like, man, you know. But see, then you think that they're fixing to do this with that's why I think that, to be honest, everything we've talked about, but I think the next step, and I just don't know if we've gotten to that a nomination yet, that confirmation for that person, but whoever's going to be over the FCC, because whoever's going to start monitoring that shit, that's when they're going to have to try to get a grip on this and this bullshit and hold these people, these news stations that get to run under this news agency, ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, CNN, MSNBC. The minute they veer off the truth, they need to be held accountable, or else you're not that. You just get to be Bob's little media outlet. You can just be like anybody else. But if you're going to get to tote that mainstream media title, no, I think they need to pay a price, dude. Especially this latest shit. There's another thing USA came out. The Doge thing found was how apparently we've been paying Politico millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to do a Biden thing.
No, the guy in charge of the FCC now, mate, he's going ruthless. I saw that 3 days ago. He's cut sick. He's just gone, yeah, fuck it. He's found so much corruption inside the FCC. Oh, I can't even remember where to start. I don't know where to start with it. He's just gone, yep, they're going down. You're lying, taxpayers' money. He's losing his shit. Mate, the amount of corruption that's been found out in 2 weeks is phenomenal. It is so good. It is. Well,
I think some of what sparked it too is because we just got through having they did some kind of fast deal on Soros buying. I can't remember if it was 177 or 277 radio stations, and apparently they expedited that, which that shouldn't have happened, and it shouldn't even have happened to begin with. So they started looking into that. That'll be good when they shut that shit down.
Oh, he's all over it, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of radio,
someone in chat, come on, you can find it. The guy that's in charge of the FCC now. Come on, someone help me.
Did you hear that about the what was it? Was it a federal judge or it was some type of judge said any January 6er that accepts the pardon is an admission of guilt. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute. So there was some judge. I can't remember.
Hang on. Battlefield. Can you hold your thought for a second? Hold your thought. Hey, Rescue. Do you know what Battlefield was just doing then?
Do I know what he was talking?
No, he was leaving an apple juice bottle on the side of the road for a hitchhiker.
Well, he chunked it out the window?
No, but he's laughing. He knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
I have nobody. There is nobody in my passenger seat.
No, an apple juice bottle.
I just threw him out. That's what happened. I threw him out. I kicked him out.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Do you know what I mean, Rescue?
Do what?
You know what I mean?
Thing, I handed them $20 and I kicked him out. No.
All right, apple juice bottle for a hitchhiker. It's
First off, depends on what brand apple juice. He's driving a semi, so the first thing that comes to mind to me is you throw it in the passenger bottle, because that way, if you end up in traffic, the hole's big enough, you ain't got no issues. It just depends on what brand.
It's when you're driving and you got to drive, and so what you do is you piss in an empty bottle. You piss in a bottle because you can't pull over to piss.
Well, yeah,
and then you throw it out the window.
Well, no, you don't throw it out the window. You wait till you go to fuel up, and then you just kind of throw that in that little can right there, and pour some smoke. It's going to come out there.
I'll throw it out the window.
Oh, and by the way, Trump's appointment to the FCC is a person named Brendan Carr.
Brendan Carr?
Yeah.
You want to make money.
Speaking of Brendan, I hope they get Brandon Herrera to be ATF director.
Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah, Brandon Herrera. Yeah.
He says Trump said that Commissioner Carr is a warrior for free speech and has fought against the regulatory lawfare that has stifled Americans' freedoms and held back our economy. He will end the regulatory onslaught that has been crippling America's job creators and innovators and ensure that the FCC delivers for rural America.
Oh. Yeah, but what I was saying earlier is, I don't know if it was a federal judge or a district judge or whatever, had put out that any January 6er that accepts Trump's pardon is an admission of guilt. And I'm like, whoa. What about anybody that accepts Biden's pardon?
Yeah, Biden's pardon. Yeah.
Dude, anybody that's been arrested for J6, you've already been labeled. You've already been demonized. You've already been cursed by. So you know what? If that little group still wants to think that, like, oh, look, you admitted guilt, they're still going to hate you even if you didn't. Because those people are just wanting to hate your ass anyway. They have it just for J6. They think that's the people still that say insurrection. I hate that fucking word. They've changed it. Pardon my French.
What did Fauci get a pardon?
Because he's guilty.
Yeah.
Of
what? Who else got that part too? There was somebody else too.
Oh fuck!
Oh, dude, he did a whole bunch of it. But see, they're not even sure that he actually did it. There's been talk about that because Mike Johnson even brought up going, when y'all went to talk to him, he was not very coherent and didn't even realize he had just shut down the Keystone Pipeline.
Yeah,
so then they're starting to wonder
somebody
had mentioned that they were going to look at his GPS part on his phone to see where he supposedly was at when those documents supposedly were signed, to see if they matched up. Hey, morning, TJ Kent. And morning, Tiger, if you didn't hear me earlier. Morning, everybody. So good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it's working for you.
Hey, Double Dog. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I don't. To answer your question, Frank, I don't know what Fauci did other than perpetuate.
Oh, you know what he did? Guilty.
Hell, that's another thing they've discovered through the U.S. aid thing is how we funneled money through Eco Alliance over into Wuhan labs. So we damn near paid for the whole COVID shit ourselves.
Oh,
mate. It's amazing. It's amazing it's amazing what a lot of people are subject to be paid for. A lot of times it's sort of like whenever you get a mass amount of people involved and you're paying them a certain amount of money, they're going to do what the money says do. They're not going to do they're not going to do what's right. They're going to do what the money says do. They're going to keep their jobs. They're going to make sure their paychecks are coming, and they're going to walk all over anybody they can to maintain their job. It's kind of like a spooky.
Right.
It's sort of spooky, you know.
Yep. They go
Because
from
you
moral
can-
to material.
Yeah, you can pay. It's proven that you can pay a son of a bitch. And you can pay a son of a bitch to do anything in this on this planet. You can pay somebody to be able to do that, you know. And that's not the society I want to live in.
Right. Oh, that's a good point, Savage. Yeah, no one, they don't want to talk about how the Democrats are out there calling for violence and shit, and
Right.
taking over stuff. And
I think rescue and zombie is the only sensible ones here. But you're absolutely right with what you just said. What it is self-preservation. They want to live these lavish lifestyles, rich, famous, gallivanting around the world on everybody else's money, and they think they just keep getting away with it. But what you're living is a life of lies. Like, how can you live with so much guilt? I wouldn't feel comfortable. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're talking.
They get morally disconnected. So once you
We're
become
talking
morally
about-
disconnected, you can do things without blinking an eye.
We're talking
Yeah,
about a
yeah.
generation. We're talking about a generation of people that
couldn't
actually,
do
if you
it.
think about it, whenever I was a teenager coming up, I mean, when I've been basically, I'll let this out of the bag. I basically have been without parents and family members since I was 13 years old, which that is a blessing to me. But the fact of the matter is you have to understand that when I was way back when, I remember the kids in school. One kid says, "Hey, we got a new computer in our house. Hey, we got this.
Oh,
Hey, we got
everybody
that."
went there.
Yeah, and it's kind of like whenever the gifting came around, you know, it should have been, hey, the guys get toolboxes and the girls get baby dolls, because the first time somebody ever tried to hand me one of these little action figures, I was like, hey, I don't play with dolls. I am the action figure, you know, because,
Right.
you know,
For
it's
real.
sort of like what it is everybody wants to be a millionaire. You know, that's the fact. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. They don't want to be pride. They don't want to take pride in their accomplishments. They want to show how much money they've made. You
Well,
know,
they want
and
the fast track. They want to win that lottery ticket. They want
Where
to
you
win
gonna
that big
take
pot.
it
They want to
though?
do the one
Yeah.
thing that gets them there. They don't want to put the work in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
you know, I always told myself if I was in charge of the world, everybody's expression on their face would be, "Oh shit," you know. You know, it's just people have become dependent. You know, I see people, and they talk about it all the time. I see people that have cell phones in their hands in every minute of their day, and it's kind of like,
Oh my
what
god, that shit drives me.
you know, what else do you do?
Mate, if I'm gonna commit murder, just a little tip for everybody. If you're gonna go commit murder, don't take your phone. Don't take your phone
pretty cool
with
to
you.
think about that.
Don't
Never
take
mind.
your phone with you if you're gonna
Didn't
commit murder.
recognize the number.
That's your communicator.
Yeah, because it's got a tracking device on it. So anybody in chat, if you're gonna commit murder, don't take your phone with you because it's got a tracking
I
device.
personally, it depends on who you go at, because to be honest, we've got so much technology right now that, given the right interest, I guarantee you somebody somewhere on a lake fishing on a boat, there's a satellite that's floating above, and if they have the right motivation, they could zoom in on that bad boy to see what lure he's even using.
Hey,
So
rescue.
it just depends on the level of interest of what you perk when you decide something. So that's what kind of gets me, though. It's like, don't get me wrong, yeah, there's an algorithm. It listens, it monitors. That's part of the marketing, man. This is the new way they get attention. They used to send you surveys to find out what you're interested in. Then they got into where they waited for you to click on shit. Now they just got to where they monitor how long that mouse hovers. How long did that pause window, and what was that content? Oh, that has, okay, then they show you more of that. and it's a simple marketing thing. I mean, I not that I agree with it, but I get it. And
I'll
then,
tell you something.
then you turn around with everything else that's around your car. Your car can
I'll
be
tell you something.
contract. That's been happening
I'll
over a decade.
I'll tell
Okay,
you
so
something.
all right,
tell
so now we're planning a murder. So we need
I'll
duct
tell
tape,
you.
rope,
Well, I don't know about me. I'm not.
a car without a tracking device,
not.
and no mobile
I'm just
phone.
driving.
We're set.
but-
All right, who are we killing?
Okay, but in reality, so if you went and you did something somewhere and there was the right person, had the right interest, had the right motivation, they could access all kinds of stuff that was flying, end up piecing together down, and they would figure out to find you walking to that very spot and walking away and get. They have the capabilities. It's just that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
just
tell
like
you something spooky. It's about the water, way back in my career. I can talk about it now. When we were in some third world shithole and people would say, "Hey, what are you taking that water sample for?" And I'd say, "Well, I can't talk about it." But now you can talk about it. But like inside most major cities and townships, whenever they take a water sample, that means that they can tell how many people inside that city have a certain kind of disease. They know how many, they know all of how many people are taking certain medications. They can kind of get a ballpark figure just by sampling the water, and that's kind of spooky.
Yeah.
So they can track medication use, drug use, diseases. They can track all of that through the urban city water districts just through a simple water test. If that,
oh
if
yeah, the
that,
sewer
Yeah.
system.
yeah.
Yeah.
And whenever you consume a certain product and they take a certain sample out of that stool, urine, whatever that is coming through those pipes, they can tell. They can set up outside your house, access the sewer line that goes out of your house, and they can tell you what you had for dinner. They can tell you all about you. And it's kind of spooky to know it's come to that, but that's how
For me,
in depth it is.
they'd be about 3 months off for me because it'd take probably about 3 months for what I ate today to finally go in and then get where it moved over to the discharge and went over into the field line.
Yeah.
I've got a septic
he,
line, so I don't tie into
Yeah.
no municipality stuff.
Funny son of a
That little turd got to sit in there for a little while before it works its way across that tank and over into the discharge side.
Oh,
Gotta break
kiss
down.
off.
It's like, but see, that's city stuff, you know what I mean? That's that consolidation, and I try not, I'm really going to try not to talk too bad about that because I'm not trying to hammer anybody. It's all a life choice. It just, I don't, if you, I don't know. I guess if I lived in a city, then I would expect crazy shit. It's just what happens when you stack people on top of each other.
Back in the day, they had electrical meter monitoring, which means that it's sort of like I had a couple of friends of mine, and shit, one of them got busted with a big house full of weed, and I said, "Well, how the hell they catch you?" And he says, "Well, my electrical bill went from $120 a month to like $500 a month." So they were trying to figure out, they were monitoring the use of the electricity going into a residential structure.
Oh, they can always just fly over your place and thermal it too, and you kind of got this designated square heat spot. It kind of stands out.
You
deploy the dude in the camo off to the side, and he thermals it from the side and notices all the little planters and all the shit going up. And he's like, "Oh yeah."
This story's about 25 years old, but a friend of mine, he got pulled over by police. He was kind of known. And he got pulled over by police, and he had all growing equipment, like all hydroponic plants and all the beads and everything in the back of his car, like everything. And they're like, "This is drug paraphernalia." But there was actually no drugs. It was just like all the pipes and the hydroponic lights and all the beads and everything. And he's just like, "Oh, what?" And they're like, "Oh, we confiscate it. We're confiscating it." And so he went, "Yeah, no worries. Yeah, fuck it." The dumb fuck goes back a week later to the police station and goes, "Did anybody claim it?" And they went, "No." And the cops had to hand it back to him.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hell, I remember back in the old days, you used to take just 2 little metal plates and put them in your electric meter and just run.
Because there was no drugs.
Had the old pull out meters.
It was
And
all drug. Yeah, they knew what he was
TJ,
doing.
it's going to be 80 here too.
He was like, "Nah, give it back to him. We can't." Nah, he went back a week later.
It's not 10 and 2 anymore, Grumpy. Don't you know?
Oh, when he got pulled
Now
over,
it's
he
8
goes,
and 4 because of airbags.
yeah, when he got pulled over, he goes, they go, "What's
Grumpy,
this in your
you
car?"
can't even see my hands.
Yeah, when he
It
got
might
pulled
be at 10
over.
and 2. That might be at 3 and 6.
Yeah, when he got pulled over, they go, "Oh, what's this in your car?" And he goes, "Oh, I found it. I was bringing it to the police station." You fucking idiot! I swear it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Okay, it wasn't me.
I have hydroponic kitchen tables that are actually for my vegetable sprouts and fresh herbs, actually used for legal purposes. Looks suspicious, but looking suspicious isn't a crime. This is true, Savage.
Yeah, suspicion. It's suspicion. It's suspicion of misdemeanor or a felon, huh?
Guess it depends on the judge in that area.
Suspicion, mate. You know where shit went south? That fucking George Floyd guy. Yes, and I brought up his name. Fucking George Floyd. That's when everything went south. Fucking George Floyd.
Oh no, it was before that because we had the Michael Brown. We had another one.
Yeah.
What was the Jacob dude or whatever there in Wisconsin?
Oh, Jacob Blake. Yeah.
So yeah, it was there.
Jacob Blake, and before that, we had Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one too. Yeah.
Hell, they're trying to paint Elon as some kind of racist, like this is some kind of white supremacy thing. The Doge thing. It's like, oh my god, so crazy.
I was on back in the day.
Obviously, they don't know autistic people.
Grumpy it's only violence when the Patriots do it. Yeah, what Grumpy said. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, it's like BLM riots. That's what I love about some of these representatives, and now some of these senators are even bringing it up to these reporters when they go to try to corner them about the J6 pardons. It's like, that's amazing because y'all don't report on any of the things about the BLM Antifa riots that were burning the city down that, caused over 100 Secret Service members to get injured. You don't want to bring that up for some reason.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I think they should take that mindset because believe it or not, back in the day when I was working, man, and we were on the coast of the eastern horn of Africa, and all of the African American guys that were in my unit, they were the first ones to want to get back on that fucking plane. It's kind of like the fact of the matter is if anybody had any question about it, if you want to be a gangster, fine. Then your ass is going back to Somalia. You want to go back to fucking Syria? You want to go back over there? It'll change their fucking perspective of things. It's kind of like we have all of these people that's coming into this country, and I had to bring it up, that's from down in the third world countries. Well, it's normal to them down there. That's their norm, but their prisons really suck. Their prisons suck. So whenever they come over here and commit the crimes, and you put them down there in the little county jail, and that's a cakewalk. They're guaranteed 3 huts and a cut. So I mean, the fact of the matter is
we have rights here, and that's what they're not used to.
Yeah, and I'm thankful to be a free American, to not have to be subjected to any of that in my everyday life. But the fact of the matter is we fought for this country. We did battle for this country. Why the hell can't they do battle for their country? What's the difference?
Right.
It's like they're not willing for some of them to have to fucking die and commit a sacrifice to have freedom inside their country, they're going to live under the gangster too, you know.
Well,
And
you're overlooking one key thing, and that was like places like Eco Health Alliance and all those other NGOs that go over into there and then promote this. Hey, if you'll come over here, look how much better it is. So then they just start to come. And then when they get kind of handed food and cell phones and debit cards along the way, and they got places, they now have air conditioned little tents that they can sit in and all this. That's comforts that they start getting used to. And then they get up here and then they just come right on in.
You can go down there and check in certain parts of that border fence, and you'll have 15 or 20 illegals standing on one side of the border wall. And then you'll have some dumbass. She's all good intention NGO. She'll have a phone charger and she'll have a table. It'll have about 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 cell phones, charging them up for these people to hand them to them back through the fence. You know, they get bottled water, they get this, they get that, they get that. The only thing that they ain't never got is a hard time. That's what they're trying to get away from. And it's kind of like, I'm just going to stand firm. You know, I'm going to stand firm in it. You better earn it. You know, you better damn well earn it because shit ain't free. You know, it ain't free.
No.
Oh, no, you got to work for everything, brother. You got to work for it all. Yeah.
I seen a video just the other day where I don't know exactly where they're doing this at, but it's right before they come into Mexico. They're handing out these rape bags, and it's got like condoms, which is weird. Like, yeah, which is weird because it's like, oh, before you rape me, put on a condom. You know, the morning after pill, a rape whistle, and they're seizing these at the border. And with the contents, of course, they're not finding them with the condoms in there anymore. They're not finding them with the morning after pill, but they're finding discarded ID cards that, like, one of them was a Chinese immigrant was given asylum in a different country, but they discarded their ID card, you know, and they're finding all this kinds of stuff. And it's like, it's shocking when the guy was showing all this, because it's like, yeah, what people don't, you know, all these people that cry, oh my gosh, Mexicans, you're so racist because you talk about the Mexicans aren't the only ones coming through the southern border. You got these Chinese people, you got these Indian people. They're coming over to Mexico to come in.
Oh yeah, you know, and it's kind of like people don't.
They did this 2 years ago, Michael. 2 years ago, there was a dude who went down there and they did a flyover of Ecuador down there where you can come into Ecuador with no passport needed. Showed the whole compilation, the separate camps of the different, like the Chinese, some South Koreans, the different people, and they would go and they showed the big tent cities that they had established down there. Nobody see, but then there's that mainstream media. Nobody wanted to pick that up. Nobody like started throwing that out, but then we didn't have control of nothing in there. So anything you said couldn't be proven. If the tables have turned, because now you can show that and you can prove it with the money trail.
Yeah. Right. And the thing behind all of that is, man,
you'll have to explain that, Grumpy. I don't know if that was me. Was I the one complaining about people nose down in social media on a YouTube live stream? I didn't.
The thing about it is whenever all of these people flow into the southern tip of Mexico or fly into Mexico and they get off the airplane, the first thing that goes in the trash can is their identity. And it's a known fact. Once they get to the United States border and were actually let in, well, hell, they could just say whatever name, they could just make up their identity. The fact of the matter is, a lot of the people that's been put back across the border into Mexico are in a dilemma. Why? Is because what did they do? They throwed their freaking identity in a trash can when they got off the airplane. So now they have actually no identity. So their country won't take them back. They're not going to take you back if they don't know who you are.
Exactly.
So they're
taking them. They're taking them.
You know. Oh, they're going to take them.
They're sending them.
Trust me.
Hey, no joke.
I loved how they flip switch too when they went to talking about how they weren't going to take anything, and it's like that's fine,
Yeah.
okay, we're going to do this, and then
Yeah.
it's like, hey, you know what? I can send my own personal plane to come pick some up if you want.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
Risky, you know that. You know that about me because I let the cat out of the bag. I was liaison, government advisor for the Border Patrol agents for 15 years. So I kind of know about what's going on. You know, I don't let the whole cat out of the bag, but it's kind of like we have facial recognition software in every city inside this country. That means you can say who you are, but we're going to know who you are. And
Right.
it's kind of like the fact of the matter is they have a tendency to overlook modern technology. And you can run, but you can't hide. You're going to call your constituents. Somebody's going to send money, and the part where they're shutting down the money trail, which means that a lot of the illegal money exchange inside this country. If you remember, if anybody ever kept up with it, how they actually just turned the switch off to everybody donating to the truckers protest in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
They know who you are. They know your bank account. They know they know where your money's coming from, and they know where your money's going. So you can't hide that. It's called digital technology.
Damn
Yeah.
straight.
You know,
Digital fingerprint.
What's the banking
That's
world?
what it
Actually,
is.
Don Jr. was talking about that. That's why they're creating a different economy, a different financial type for like guns and stuff, because there were people that have gotten their whole accounts closed because of gun purchase and stuff like that from some of the major banks. And so thought that was, he did that interview.
Or they would deny your purchase.
There is a way to track all digital transfers inside the United States that go domestically, and there is a way to track every single nickel that flows outside the country's borders and the designations on where it's going and everything. I mean, it's a wrap.
Right.
And the fact of the matter is,
well, the
you got
digital
to
means it's ones and zeros right out the gate. The minute anything's
So-
digital, it's trackable.
If you got all of these people, I made a video.
You're on the map. Yeah.
I made a video not so long ago about the paper currency, which means that when I worked back in the day, we would find trunk loads of money. I'm talking millions of dollars in cash.
Yeah,
Well,
so how much did you fucking pocket?
So when you take all of these gangsters and all of these...
Do you notice how he just dodged that question?
Say again?
You just dodged that question. You found truckloads of millions of dollars worth of cash, and I said, how much did you pocket?
Oh, no. The fact
No,
of the matter
no. Come on. No. You're not getting away that easy, buddy.
So
it was only a million.
Whenever the currency paper switch and the coin switch gets flipped and all the paper currency gets obsolete, okay, then you're going to have people trapped with stacks of cash. You're going to have people's stacks of cash trapped. It says, this is useless now. You know, it's useless.
So how much under your mattress? Sorry, what?
I don't think that'll happen in my lifetime. And hopefully, I teach my kids right, my grandkid don't happen in theirs.
I'm not going to interrupt you. I'm not going to interrupt your story anymore, please. I'm really enjoying it. I just thought that was a really good input. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've heard.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
I've heard those stories about people finding big bags of money that fell out of a car or something on the interstate, and they're like, "Oh, I turned it in because I'm a good Samaritan." I'm like, "What are you, stupid?"
Well, you know, with the digital footprint, that's why I always thought it was funny that, you know, the politicians that talk about having, you know, a firearm registration.
Oh, where'd you go?
You know,
what the hell? I didn't get the end of the story.
He came back.
And everybody,
he might have hit the wrong button.
Everybody's talking about not doing a registry. Well, like even whether we do a registry or not, we have a digital footprint. The government already knows what I own.
Yeah.
When I go to purchase a firearm. So
90% of all you have to
But
understand
see, that's
this.
by choice, though, Michael. It's by
Yeah.
choice. It's because you choose to swipe a card at that shop instead of just drawing the money out and going hand in cash.
well, even if
90%.
you do it in cash, if you when you do the background check from the FBI background check,
Well, that's true.
they
You have
already
to
know
do
you
it
that
through the shop.
they put that information. They put what are you buying? You know,
But it
Glock
does keep the
17, Glock
bankers-
19,
It keeps
AR-15,
the bank
whatever.
system
Oh,
from being a middleman.
I'm gonna go mute. I'm
Right,
gonna go
rabbit, not through private purchase.
I just want to say a big shout out to the FBI agents that's watching right now. Hey guys.
Oh,
You
man,
guys-
fuck them.
Hey.
I all the time whenever I go to play my
Hey.
game, they screw my
Hi
shit
to the
up.
FBI
Man, screw
agents
them. They don't
Blah,
even
blah,
know
blah.
all they do
Blah,
is
blah,
screw
Steve
shit
is
up.
my FBI agent. How you doing, Steve? Good to see you. Love you, Steve.
I tell them
But-
to kiss my
Steve's gonna
ass
go
all the
drinking
time.
after this.
What people have to understand is 90% of all currency inside the United States is digital. It's not paper, it's not coin, it's digital. So you can trade your cash for digital, but it's all digital, 90% of it, and only 10% is in circulation in actual paper money.
Mm-hmm.
So if people think that we're out of that holding cash, that's irrelevant when 90% of all currency created is digital already. So we live in a digital age. You know, it's not 1974 anymore.
Well, it's pushing back against it, and it's keeping stores in a cash-based system. It's like these cities that have let stores dictate that, oh, no, you can't, we don't accept cash, then stop doing business there. But see, that's that comfort. And the minute you ask somebody to get uncomfortable in their position, they won't do it. They'll just reach and they'll swipe and they'll say, well, that's what I have to do. And then they'll go gripe about that they have to do it, but they will never make that move. It's kind of, and this is going to offend probably somebody, and it's not targeted at nobody. So if anybody takes this on yourself, it's your own fucking thing. That has nothing to do with me, but it's like quit smoking. You get to that moment and it's been 4 hours, it's been 6 hours, and but then you give in, and it takes a hard, you got to really want to quit to make that urge over that hump and to go, no, it's, if you want to stop doing anything, it takes that conscious urge, and you have to just force yourself to take that change. And that's where that's where we're going to see where society is.
Yeah, I'm stuck in that because 100% of everything that I have, I pay cash for it in cash bills. I don't use a credit card. I use a bank card, and it's kind of like, that's the way I am. That's the way it's all based on a barter system. But whenever somebody controls the barter, that's when we're in trouble. When somebody controls every materialistic thing that you hold tangible in your hand and turns it into a digital thing, that's where it gets kind of dangerous, So it's a barter system. You have to be able to barter, it's 4 chickens for a goat kind of thing, where they want to strip us from that. It's kind of like they don't want us trading amongst ourselves. They want us trading what we have to them so they can control it. It's all about the control. It's the control, it's the eggs, it's the beef, it's the poultry. And people don't understand this. You are, no matter who you are inside this world, you have become a financial slave. That's what you are. You have to accept that. Either you accept that or you don't accept that. I don't accept it.
No.
You're not, when you retire, you're still paying rent. When you retire, you're still paying. It's sort of like, a friend of mine makes an example. I don't have kids that go to school, but I pay school taxes. You see, we're all assimilated into this money flow of life support. We're putting the chains on our own hands. Is what we're doing.
No, we're just not taking control of what's there. I pay school taxes, and I don't have kids in that school anymore. Mine are grown. My grandkids don't even go there. But it's
Yeah, I
part of
know.
my
I'm still
county.
waiting
It's
for you
part of
to
my
come back.
area. So it gives me a say on then education stuff that it gets produced out to the kids that are around me. So instead of isolating myself and saying, oh, well, then I'm going to exclude myself from school taxes. Well, then I don't get a say on anything that they teach, their curriculum. So all of a sudden I'm going to end up with surrounded by a bunch of crazy people. So this is how you can kind of keep that in check.
Yeah, and that's
It's all in perspective. It's like a property tax. I
that's
pay
sort of
$77 a year for my taxes because I'm disabled and I'm a vet.
You,
So,
you
but
told,
I can also pick up my county district commissioner and I go, hey, the ditches are kind of overflowing a little bit, and they come out and do them. But I don't live in a concreted, curb, sidewalk, street lighted place that has all these cool little garbage truck amenities and all these utility trucks that run up and down the road working on the services. And I don't experience any of that. I live in a rural area. So the grade all shows up. He grades the thing after the rainstorm. And when the ditches get jacked up, the grade all shows up and cleans out the ditches. And it's like, cool. Sounds like my $77 is going to good use because I couldn't have paid
exactly.
nobody.
You know, I would rather be in a society to where we have people employed with jobs to go out here and maintain our roads and highways and infrastructures. I get that, you know, but there's a
zombie.
big push. There's a big push down there right now, Rescue in Texas, that says they're trying to eliminate property tax and just try to incorporate a uniform sales tax into everything. So, you know, it's kind of like they can't have a perfect system when you have people that does estimates on property, and if something says this property's worth more money than this property on a square footage, and it's all inside the same neighborhoods, you know. So I mean, I think I vote for the uniform sales tax. I would rather just pay a sales tax than have to pay federal rent on my property for the rest of my life. You know,
Yeah.
that's kind of, you never own it. You never own it outright. It doesn't matter
Well,
what you
see,
do.
to me, that's a mindset, zombie. So that's, and I got introduced to that mindset when I got introduced to YouTube and the streams. I had nenever contemplated that. Nobody in my family, my grandparents, I'd never
Bro,
heard that
you
kind of
went
thing.
out. You
I
were
never
supposed to
owned my
buy
land.
cigarettes. You were supposed to be
I'm
back
sorry,
in
what
10
rank?
minutes, and you left me alone.
But I can't even hear you. All I hear is that you're talking. I don't even know what you're saying.
You were only supposed to go out and buy cigarettes. You were
Australians are
supposed
supposed
to
to
be
go
back
out
in
and
10
buy
minutes.
cigarettes. Okay.
And you were supposed, and you left me
Well, they buy
alone.
cigarettes in New Zealand too. Does that matter?
I was still waiting for you to come home. Like, what the hell?
Okay. No. But anyway,
Anyway,
it's just like down here, found out we can vote our tax assessor. So if we start seeing stuff like that go down here, you can vote out the tax assessor. You can put in somebody else. We have a different person. And that's the thing. But it's like this whole you don't own it. To me, that's that victim mentality. And that triggers me. It's just one of them trigger things because I'm not a victim. And I don't understand this whole oppression victim thing. And I didn't get introduced to that until I got introduced on YouTube and the stream type thing. And then this becomes apparently a popular mentality of victimization. And I don't really own it. And I do own my property.
I agree.
My mother owned this. We built our land right here. Now, what do I see? I feel like that's because I understand the use of the taxes. And where I'm at, I'm not abused by that. There are people that are. Don't get me wrong. But here I'm not. So
yeah, I understand
that's why I
that.
don't
You know, it's
accept that
kind of
every
like,
place is the same. So I don't mind other people's opinions on things, but it's like when people act like every place is the same. And it's like, no, because see, I own my property. I voluntarily pay my taxes and I do not have a problem with that. So to tell me that I don't own my shit means you don't know me. You don't know my circumstances. And I'm not pointing that at you, zombie. This is in general.
oh, I understand, Rescue, but what I'm saying is we have to be able to pay for our freedoms. We have to be able to work hard for that. We have to be able to have the societies in which we live.
Zombie. I'm going to interject. I know people that are really well off and they got a lot of money, right? But they rather rent because if something goes wrong with the house, it's on the landlord. It's not at their cost.
Well, it's probably a write-off for them. I don't know how Australian taxes are, but like over here, you would find that being very popular because then it becomes a tax write-off.
So I know people that, like they're in good money, but they rent, and I'm like, are you guys fucked? Like, what the hell? Like,
yeah, I've heard that mentality. It's cheaper to rent it than it is to own it, but that's not the point. The point
I can't do that. I'd rather own
I
it, and
think
I do
Yeah.
own. Yeah.
if somebody says, hey, we have a sales tax, we balance the sales tax from the consumer, which what I'm saying is everything that you consume should have a tax on it. That should be enough. That should be enough. Is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You don't have to just keep crawling into people's properties. You don't have to keep raising property taxes,
Yeah, I got you.
raising,
Right.
raising, raising. What
Yep.
I'm saying is it's a uniform sales tax, and that will cure that all the way
Yeah.
across the whole board.
Yeah.
If they would, and they're pushing right now in Texas to do a
That's an Abbott
uniform
thing.
sales tax. And
Mate,
that's a great thing.
you got GST, you got fucking
That was that evil Abbott
fuck
guy, the guy that
off,
said,
yeah.
tells you Abbott's part of the weef and all the bad shit. Well, see, that's the guy that's trying to do that.
We're all getting
And-
taxed up the ass. It's dumb. This shit's got to
And
stop.
even everyday average Americans don't even know how many taxes there are.
It's not just Americans; it's Australia
See,
too.
that's how this Doge is going to help us a lot over
Bro-
here. The
bro-
Doge is going to expose so much of that, and I hope that's what helps clean
Yeah,
up.
brother.
And then
Everybody's
when they go to
waking up.
auditing the IRS, because that's what Elon's talked about next is auditing the IRS. And it's like, yeah, buddy, can't wait to see that shit go down.
Yeah,
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
for real.
It shouldn't. A tax. I believe in you pay back society
This shit
for your
has gotta
wealth,
stop.
which means whatever made you successful, you should pay respect to what made you successful. You shouldn't just drain it till nothing else is left.
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
so the fact of the matter is yes, I'm gonna vote for the uniform sales tax and for it to be highly regulated to keep people. See, I know some people say, hey, my property taxes, they're fine like they are. I don't mind paying it. Well, it's okay if you pay
motherfucker.
if you pay $1,000 a year for your property tax, but then somebody 2 miles or 3 miles down the road says, hey, I have to pay $5,000 a month for my tax, a year for my taxes.
Triple that for me.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's places
Yeah.
around here that I personally think that's what some of the BlackRock and State Street stuff was using it to kind of push people out of areas because there's actually one of the, I say kid, I don't mean to disrespect him. He's a young man. He's my son's age, but they had bought a house and was real happy with it. It was a little high because it was a new house in a new neighborhood. But then whenever all this COVID shit started and then kind of a lot of weird political shit started going down. Well, one thing that went, these developers showed up and started buying people out. And of course he didn't sell, but what they did is then they relisted those houses as twice the prices of what they were, which then
Are you fucking serious?
And he wasn't able to pay those taxes.
Exactly, and then you've got corporations like, for instance, and I researched one in Nashville, Tennessee, where they went into.
Hang on, zombie, back up again. Rescue. How is that legal?
Well, it's the way that some areas see. It just depends on if people in that in Texas anyway, because every state's, I guess, got their own little setups. But like in Texas, the counties vote on their tax assessors.
So he bought a house.
Some of these counties people don't pay attention to.
And
so then, are you going to let me answer?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, then hold on. So in some of these counties, it's like these big cities you hear about on the news. Some of these counties have been flipped, and so they've got crooked ass people in their things. So you get tax assessors that are willing to play that game, probably get a kickback. Wouldn't surprise me a bit. And so what they do is they go out, and when these people list these houses as twice the price, like that house was $100,000, now they listed it at $200,000. Well, then they'll go in, and then they tell the one person that didn't want to sell, they say, oh, well, all these other houses around you, this is their market value now is up to, look, they're selling for $200,000. Well, then your taxes go up because it's supposed to be your value of your home then goes up. So you didn't do anything to your home, but somehow your home just went from $100,000 home to a $200,000 home because that's what the people around you did. Well, see,
Yeah, and
me
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, that's a total screwing from the get go. But the minute I heard of that screwing, and then I saw how the politics go, because I wasn't even into the politics at that moment.
Yeah.
But now I see it,
Yeah.
and it's called. You need to pay attention to who the hell gets voted into that tax assessor's office, because they're the ones that decided to do this. This was no big bad wolf from Washington or some shit. This was for, at least here in Texas, it was that county tax assessor. So that means that county needs to start paying attention to what the hell is going on.
Yeah, here's a prime example. Here's a prime example. I take it for personal. I take it for personal experience. My father figure. He's 86 years old. He's a retired veteran, and we had bought a property in Baton Rouge back in 1985 for $100,000. It was a 3-bedroom wood frame house, and whenever we started here in the last 3 years ago, we started to go in and renovate the house and restore the house. Well, the city, what they call the blight, we had already repaired all the wood frame structure on the house. Well, the city tore the house down, said we couldn't have a building permit, and they tore the house down. Now, if my choice is to go back in and spend another $100,000 to build a house, okay, but they're going to tell me what kind of house I'm going to build on this lot, and guess what? The houses across the street, just right across the street, they're going for $2.53 million. The fact of the matter is that's the system that we live in, which means that it was cheaper in the long run. It was cheaper because we had invested another $50,000 into the house and renovations for them to come along and say, hey, you can't do that. And they tore it down, and then they charged us $11,000 in fines for doing the work, which means that they want to set a price on the same dirt. No matter if you just want to live on a lot in a tent, you're screwed, which means that they want to set the standards in the neighborhood, which means that it was cheaper for me to just it would have been cheaper for me to just tear the house down.
You have restrictions where you live, Zombie? Is that what it is? You had like code restrictions or something?
Well, the thing about it is this is what they want, and this is what I started to say. Part of my old job, but after I retired, part of my old job was to go in and just kind of see and observe. So in Nashville, I started to say, Nashville was one of my projects. I went in, I took on the purchases of 200 houses. Why would somebody buy 200 houses in an existing neighborhood established? Well, they went in a neighborhood, and on average, the houses were selling for $179,000 to $200,000 for the most expensive one.
Right.
Whole city blocks. You have to understand this. Whole entire city blocks were purchased out by a big developing company, and they were demolished. You have to understand that. If somebody had a house that was worth $100,000, they would say, here's $150,000, and they tore the house down. Why? Is to establish a higher property tax district. See, it's in the districts, and it's in the school districts and everything else.
That's city life. Yeah. See, that's the problem with city. You got all them code restrictions, all the build restrictions. See, like where I'm at, the only restriction around me is my septic system. You got to get your septic system approved, and that's because there's a large lake and a river. And so the water table, other than that, I go out there and build whatever I want, whatever shape I want, whatever color I want.
And it sucks, of course, after we did the math on the original purchase, paying taxes and everything since 1985, just on one property. We have properties, but on that one property, we were in it for about $170,000. Okay. Now all of that's gone. It's a dirt lot over there in the LSU neighborhood. And what happens is I've recently had an offer, and it's been appraised. The property's at $250. So I could either sell the property for $250 and get out and gain, you see, But the fact of the matter is that's where they're at. They're just shoving the little guys out of the way in the big cities. You know,
Well, they
if you're
offer money. That's what gets me. You see it around here. They offer, and people got everything. People can tell you not shit's not for sale, but then when they get the right price and depending on the political narrative behind it, sometimes because I know of one person that got paid way more than that house was worth. And I just got to thinking, but then I've watched it in that area, but then you hear there are pushes in areas to change the dynamics. And you watch how other areas, it's like places like Portland, Seattle, Philadelphia, Chicago, Dallas, San Antonio, that shit didn't just happen overnight.
Yeah, exactly. And what you've got,
you slowly box people out and force them into these concentrated areas, and then they get accustomed to that life, and this becomes the norm. It's like, well, this is normal just to walk along concrete all the time and not really absorb any nature.
That's
the norm. The problem I see, Zombie, the problem I see though too is you said it's a dirt lot right now, right? Just imagine how much it's going to cost you. Not just in building materials and contractors and all that, but also all the damn permits. It's for you to build something there. It's like
I've got an estimate. I've got an estimate on that lot, and I'm just probably eventually. I mean, it's in what we call property savings, which means that if it ever falls below $157,000 or $158,000 in what we have invested, then we're going to sell it. But the fact of the matter is it's in their objectives. You have to understand this. It's the rich keep getting richer, and the poor are going to definitely pay more rent. See, the fact of the matter is in the cities, it's integrated into the city representatives, the public employees. It's in their agenda. What pays them is to raise the tax districts. See, whenever they turn a certain tax district or a zone into a higher tax district, when somebody comes along and says, "Hey, I'm going to build a brand new shopping center in your neighborhood," and everybody says, "Yay!" and then all of a sudden, your property taxes go up another $1,000 a year because some asshole went down there and voted for a new zoning change.
Hang on, zombie. I've got an idea. How do you like this? Right? We should all live in a truck like Battlefield production.
Yeah, I mean,
just park what it amounts right there on the property.
Right? And then we don't have a property. We just have to pay the registration on the vehicle, make sure the tires are good.
Oh, that sucks, man.
The registration and shit on that truck is probably more than what I pay on my taxes for my property.
I did that. I did that for years.
Come on, guys. I thought I had a good idea. Come on.
Oh, sorry. We just shit all over Rink's good idea.
Oh, I thought I was onto something then. Fuck.
But the reality of it is no matter what, if you go out in the outer banks of a major city or way out away from a city, eventually some fucktard's going to go in there and say, "Hey, we need more of this, we need more of that, we need more of this," and it gets developed, and all of a sudden, if you look at a map, actually look at a map really, really close, you're going to understand that there's not hardly any wide open ranges left around without some population growth on it. It's not like it used to be.
We've got some big blanket areas, actually. If you actually if you go to look at the populated maps, and you can even use Google Maps to do it with populated, there's big old blank areas, but there's it's that convenience, and are people going to walk away from the steakhouse? Are they going to walk away from the theaters? Are they going to walk away from the shopping mall? Are they going to walk away from the cool little stores? And if people don't walk away, then you can't really. It's kind of like, a crack dealer only gets blamed so much. At some point, you got to look at the crack addict too, because he can't be a crack dealer without a crack customer. So
exactly.
Well, we have a system, and it's a bad system, but until people stand up against that system's just going to continue to grow.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
Houston is a good example. Actually, you can take and look at the Google image of Houston, Texas, And just to put this in perspective, if you go back into image, I think it's in the late 70s, thereabouts, somewhere around the 70s, you'll see that 610 loop used to be the outer limits of Houston. It's now the inner ring of Houston.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got the Beltway now. You know, it's huge.
Yeah, the belt.
Oh, it's out past Humble now. They're working up into the Woodlands and shit, and they've got 99.
What do you used
it's crazy.
Was it Alvin? Was it Alvin, Texas Rescue?
Used to be its own little city. Now it's fixing to probably end up becoming just a little suburb of Houston.
Yeah, you get past Alvin, man, you was just out there, you know.
Yeah. But see, and all that's because, but see, they bring enticement, and I'm not, you know, it's cool. I don't enjoy going to movies anymore, but I haven't gone in years, but I used to. Yeah. So I understand the social environment in a way, but see, that used to be like Houston around here. When I was growing up, you went down to Houston, that was Astro World, or that was like the Texas Jam concert, or there was an event that was going to take place at the rodeo. It wasn't like you were going to stay. It was kind of like one of those places that's nice to visit, but you don't want to live there.
Right there at the 610.
Can I stop you there for a moment?
No. So now what you going to do?
What I'm going to say is...
Ran into that roadblock, didn't you?
Yeah. No, what I'm going to say, yeah, kiss off. I love you. Kiss off, by the way, secretly. Who the fuck goes to the movies for the social atmosphere? You go to a movie to watch it on your own and watch the fucking movie. What's social about watching a movie?
Oh, he's talking about like going on dates and stuff, you know. You take a lady on a date, take her to a movie.
No.
You know. You take her to a horror movie, that way she has to grab onto you and be like, oh my God.
Sorry, please continue. I forgot what you were talking about because it was real serious. But the one word that got me was I used to go to the movies because of the social atmosphere, and I'm like, there's nothing.
I'm old enough, and I remember there's nothing social. Move. It's like people used to watch. You would watch some stuff at home, but it was limited. And, you know, you might not even have the good TV. You might still have the black and white, grainy TV. You might not have gotten the new RCA color vision yet. Well, then they started coming up with theaters. Well, like the drive-thrus used to be really badass. But then you like even from the drive-through to the theaters, I remember because then all of a sudden it's like, well, yeah, then we don't have to run the car. So there was like a convenient sales pitch to us people then migrating from there to there.
Okay,
then you went to theaters, then you had people sitting in hard chairs watching a movie. Okay, so then
drive-ins were
good. This is cool. We're listening to the theater and we're watching this. Hold on just a minute. I can do this.
Sorry. Yeah, drive-ins were good. I'll give you that.
It's called a paywall. You know, eventually you will hit a paywall.
So no, what I'm trying to say though is you get used to this. So the public got used to it, like the theaters. Then you all of a sudden started getting dinner places that would put you in a recliner and you could watch a movie and get your food. And then it's if you watch this, we have slowly progressed to where that's where we now literally have grown adults using a phone, ordering groceries and having somebody bring them to them and put them in their cabinets. If that doesn't tell you that we're so ass backwards right now from where we started, it's unbelievable.
What was that movie that they made? What was that movie that they made with a little animated robot where he's stuck on Earth and all the rest of these guys are they're just fat.
Wally.
You know?
Wally.
Yeah.
So it's Wally's world. Wally rules.
Wally.
You know?
Wally. Yeah, Wally.
Just like all the workers out there that clip shit and stuff, they'll have a good one with that one. It's like in quad stereo.
Go nuts.
I mean, I go, like I said, I go through all of these.
Oh man, I need to watch that movie again. That's funny as hell. Oh man.
I go through all these neighborhoods and suburbs, from modest suburbs to multi-million-dollar subdivisions, and nobody's ever outside in their yard. You have to remember that. Nobody's ever outside. You have to go. If you ever notice that, just going through a neighborhood, nobody's outside. The kids are not playing. Nothing's going on. You know,
dude, you know how many times I've been up like a pole or something, or up in my bucket truck, look over and you see here's this backyard. It's got this badass little indoor pool. Here's this little playground. It's got all the swings, the slide shit, the fort, and it's like none of it looks used. And you go, well, so do you not even go out there and play with that shit and get in it anymore? I mean, but it sounds
the
good.
lights are on, but
outside.
nobody's home. You know,
That's it.
the lights are on, but nobody's
But
home.
man, it's
That's what
hellacious
it is.
bragging rights, ain't it? Though.
You know, I mean,
You can text it. We got a house. We got a pool. We got a
It's
playground.
It's the age of the electronics. You know, they're inside playing video games. They're playing on their tablets. They're playing on their phones. But you know, it's up to the parents. Like I blame the parents. You know, because my kids love to go outside and play.
I'm going to
have to leave. Hey, Battlefield. Do you know why there's no? Do you know why there's not like a? Sorry, go zombie, go.
I'm going to have to leave this conversation soon. But what I had started talking about in the beginning. But if I ruled the earth, my first rule would be nobody under the age of 18 would have access to a video game or the internet, which means take your ass to the arcade like me and Rescue did when we were kids. You know?
Fuck yeah, pinball.
No.
Get some pinball. Yeah. Hey, zombie, guess what? I want to tell you something. You got my vote. You got one more vote than Kamala Harris.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You got my vote, mate. So
I'll vote for you, zombie.
That's two. Oh, that's two votes for zombie.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, that's two more votes than Kamala. Yeah, bro. You're coming in. Yeah.
But
you're a mate, you're a shoo-in.
The fact of the matter is people need to get off their asses and get some tools in their hand. If you're a man, you should have tools.
Fuck yeah, go touch grass. Yeah, go touch grass, get in your garage, wake the fuck up.
Me and Bonnie, if anybody's familiar with Bonnie, if she's out there, love you, Bonnie. The fact of the matter is you have to, women don't appreciate boys. They only respect men, you know. So we got to teach this young generation how to be fucking men, how to get their hands dirty, how to know things besides a fucking keyboard, you know. It's pathetic, like I say.
It's across the board. We need men teaching young men how to be a man, and we need women teaching young women how to be a woman.
Yeah, we're not fucking millionaires. We're not fucking white Ivy League
shit. We need to throw out the window.
We're the poor working son. We're the poor working son of a bitches out here in the world that have to cut our own fucking grass. That's what it means, you know. Change our own oil, work on our own shit, and if I have extra and I see somebody who has interest, hell yeah, I'm going to say, hey, you want to come and help and learn this? You know, you can't make anybody do anything. You can only teach them how to.
Hey, zombie. I know Rescue is not going to be happy with me about this one, but sometimes I've sat on the porch and just drank a beer and watched my wife mow the lawn.
What a pleasure.
Yeah.
And they enjoy it.
Yeah. And I thought, what a good woman, eh? Like, so if I died, she could do it on her own. You know what I mean? She doesn't need me to do it. And so now I know in the future, she can fucking mow it on her fucking own. And she's like, fuck, I wish you never saw that.
Right.
But, you know, it's just, that's where we're at. You know, it really is. That's where we're at. You know, a real pioneer, you know, they built their own fucking houses. You know, they had their own
teach our youth how to plant, teach them outside activities, find entertainment out there.
Yeah, for real.
Now what it amounts to is all of us city slickers are coming out to the country to take people's chickens.
And you know, to capitalize on what Rescue was saying, men need to teach their boys how to be men, and women need to teach their girls how to be women. You know,
Oh,
like
what?
we
No,
need
no,
to
no,
we
no,
need to
bro.
we need to hold on. Let me. God dang it. Let me fucking finish, dude.
They,
We
them,
need
they,
we need to stop with this whole you know, oh my daughter plays with GI Joes. My daughter is into sports, so she must be a boy. No, like my oldest is into sports. That's all she wants to do. You know, and I support that. For her birthday, I got her all baseball stuff because she said I want to play softball. I said, okay, we're going to teach you baseball. We're going to get you into softball, right? And my youngest, she's the girly girl. You know, she likes ballet, gymnastics, and cheerleading. So, but I never once look at my oldest and go, "Wow, you like all this boy stuff? You must be a boy," because it's ridiculous.
It's called tomboy.
Yeah, that's what it used to be. They've just taken and now they've made that try to mean something else to fit the narrative.
I know, Rescue. You probably know this about me, but I've been a lesbian since I was 10 years old.
What? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Bro, I'm glad you finally came out of the closet.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. If you can't beat them, join them.
What?
Right?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Hey, I have never had a woman reject me for being a lesbian. Okay.
Oh, what are you gonna fucking go fucking finger bang the eye of your penis?
Hey, that's actually a thing nowadays, though. You get, and those are fun. Those are, see, now that's some of the craziest ones you really hear. I mean, the whole trans thing is crazy to begin with, but you'll hear about the ones that, so it's the guy that transitioned to the girl, but now she's lesbian, and it's like, why didn't you just stay a guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna say it. Why does one man find love and another man tear your ass? I'll never know.
Hey, can someone agree with me? I want to get a vote on this one. I reckon fucking Rescue sounds like fucking Norm Macdonald.
What?
Norm Macdonald, really?
Norm Macdonald?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. You know who
I heard
fuck
something
he
about
is?
Rescue and then something about McDonald.
Yeah, you sound like Norm Macdonald, bro. I've always thought it.
Okay, try this.
I've thought it for like the last 2 years. The last 2 years, bro. I'm just like, fuck. I feel like I'm listening to Norm Macdonald. I swear to God.
Norm Macdonald.
Yeah,
Norm
yeah,
Macdonald.
yeah.
You remember him? Comedian?
Yeah. He died of cancer.
Maybe.
Like last.
It's who I think it is.
Oh, mate, he's a legend. He's a legend. I swear to God, you sound like Norm Macdonald. I swear to God. I just can't get it out of my fucking head.
Well, I don't know. I'm just me. I do me, boo.
Well,
That's
maybe
hard
it's
enough.
me. Yeah, well, make sure you
yes, that is Rescue's real name, Norm Macdonald.
Oh my God. Fuck yeah, no.
Yeah, the Brian thing's just a cover. Shh. We won't tell nobody. It's just our secret. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, you can't tell nobody.
Oh,
if you tell anybody, we're going to have to kill you.
I think I know who he is. I'll have to look it up. Picture.
Oh my God. Hey, don't worry about the picture. Just fucking listen to him, bro. Just listen to him for a minute. Just put up one clip, please. Put up one clip of Norm Macdonald. And you go, oh yeah. Is that me? Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're all we're the little rascals all grown up, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
for real. For real. Oh my God. It's too funny.
Yeah, it's flagpole digging today. I thought it's not supposed to rain today, no sprinkling, so I'm gonna try to get out there and finish that flagpole hole.
That's
So
amazing,
yeah,
There
Rescue.
you go.
I've got a flagpole that I've got to put up. That's kind of a coinkydink.
There you go. You get out there and you got to dig a hole for it, or you already got the hole.
Well, I figure I'm going to put it in. It's a telescope flagpole. You know, it telescopes up.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
So I figure
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm going to make some kind of a base for it to set in, and then it was. I actually just came across it. You know, somebody had discarded it, and I said, "Hey, I want that."
you got an
And
old
why would
tire?
you? You know, I thought about
Oh
that.
yeah.
concrete,
You know,
concrete. But
yeah,
you put it in a
exactly.
pole. You got concrete.
Well, you just take you an
Oh,
old rim, take and tape off the back of one side of the lug nuts, and then put your flagpole through the center, and then you can get you some Shotcrete mixed up, pour in there, and level it back off with the top of the rim with concrete in there, and that'll give you a good solid base to hold down.
yeah, and
Fuck
Very
yeah.
true.
Actually,
it's pretty
yeah,
neat.
that's a
It's
solid
about
idea. Yeah.
It's about 12 feet in height, but it telescopes down to about 4 feet. So it doesn't have a string and a pulley on it like a traditional flagpole, but it's kind of neat, you know.
Oh, cool. Well, these here are the
Yeah,
ones I'm
does it?
going to use that are left over from the storms that got damaged. I'm going to take two of them and make into one. And
Make
I'm
sure
really
you
just
set,
using it to add a light over the chickens' little area, and then it's going to help hold the predator net that I got to go over the top, keep the hawks and eagles and shit out away from them.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want photos, bro. When the flagpole's up, I want photos.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
I got lots to do. I'm gonna stop procrastinating starting first thing in the morning.
first thing. Be
Yeah.
the first thing I do tomorrow. Stop procrastinating.
Well, rescue, battlefield,
Oh, are you going?
rank. Yeah, I'm fixing to have to bail off of here. I got to get on with my day.
Hey,
And
can I ask you? Can I ask you a quick question?
yeah, go ahead.
And I'm sorry if it's too personal. Were you a tunnel rat?
Was I a tunnel rat?
Yeah.
No, actually,
No.
I was, I was 6'4", about 220 pounds.
Oh,
Did the Marine, I did the Marine, I,
you're too big for that. Yeah. All
I did,
right.
I did the, I did the Marine Corps for 10 years. I did working for some other things for about 15 years, and now I work for myself. And I am very happy. I've been going back to law school classes and everything else, but not as an attorney,
Right.
just in case somebody asks me a question in
Yeah.
particular, I may be able to give them.
I'm sorry, mate. Like no, actually, I'm not apologetic, but thank you very much for thank you very much for your service. Like
Well,
you're a legend.
yeah,
You built the backbones of Americans, and yeah, no, you're a legend, mate.
yeah. All right. It's not over. It's never
Yeah,
over. It's
yeah,
never over. I'm gonna die with my boots on. You know.
yeah.
And
Good
if I
shit.
have,
Yeah,
if I have to teach it, if I have to teach a boy to be a man, then I guess that's my curse. But
respect, sir.
Right. There you go.
anyways, Rick,
Appreciate you,
Battlefield
Zombie.
Rescue, I really appreciate
Yeah,
y'all's
bro.
conversation. Everybody in the chat,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm gonna try to get my subs up. I don't have very many subs only because I got my channel deleted
I'll
about
go.
6 months ago, and I
Oh,
haven't
Oh.
put a lot. I haven't put
Yeah.
a lot of thinking into it. I'm just me, and I
Hmm.
appreciate everybody, man. I really appreciate the conversation and the wisdom. Like I said, Rescue, we're going to wind up being old people just talking
God
heads
bless
around the
you,
table.
right.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming up, Zombie.
All
Yeah.
right.
You
Like I
make it a
said,
good day, bud.
Rescue, you're my hero, Rescue. You and
Oh,
everybody out there
If
listening, you know.
I appreciate you.
if one of the mods will put your channel link in the chat, I'll subscribe to your channel.
Oh, can someone do it, please?
Yeah, do I got any mods left?
Yeah.
It'll get more
If we have
popular.
anybody left.
Can someone do it?
I've got interest in doing some shows on a real live radio station down in the Gulf, and I've got some offers on that. So maybe I can get my ass on a radio. We're going to keep it on a digital broadcast level too, so everybody's welcome to come.
So, yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Bro, I'd be happy to listen to it for sure, man.
Yeah, but anyways, I've got to get on to my doings, and everybody have a blessed day. And
Hey,
and if
when you go out,
believe
Zombie,
it or not,
be sure and say something in chat.
I will. And if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
Right. Amen.
Like what?
There you go.
Well, I love you guys. I'm out of here.
Later, Zombie.
Yeah, see you, Zombie.
Make it a good
See
day,
you, brother.
Yeah, have a great day.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, if he'll type in chat, then if nothing else, I can go grab it.
Has someone found it? Okay, I'm looking on my tablet and I can't.
He said something in chat earlier.
Oh my god.
I don't know if it popped up.
No, I can't find it. I've got my tablet. I can't fucking find it. For the life of me. What a fucking legend, eh?
I don't know how far back you go into the chat now.
Fucking when he said he goes, when he goes, oh, I'm 6'4", and I went, yeah, you're not a tunnel rat. Like, fuck you, Americans.
Yeah.
You Americans are built so big. Like, you've got so much country. Like, you guys are all fucking huge. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah,
What are you? Rescues. What are you? You're 6'4" or 5?
Yeah. 6'4".
Yeah.
6'4".
Yeah,
yeah I'm 6'2".
Yeah, what the hell? I'm 5'9". What the fuck?
You're just a little rude.
Oh,
Hey, don't worry. We have some Americans about your height and smaller American men.
Frank's a baby Roo. He's a baby Roo.
Yeah, you motherfuckers. Yeah, you're all built.
We'll have to find somebody for him, Rescue, to come up on panel that's about his height or smaller. Some American. There's somebody out there.
Oh my god. Can someone find his page? I can't find it. I'm pissed.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Oh, I'm trying so hard.
Thanks, Tiger. See, I knew
Thank you, Tiger.
Oh, Tiger, you're a legend.
I put a lot of thought into decisions. I think things through. See, I knew I made the right choice.
Zombie Force. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you're a legend. Thank Tiger. You are a fucking legend, Tiger. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tiger is on it. Doggone it.
Yep.
Oh, that was a nightmare.
I was like, dang, I don't know if I have any mods left that are still listening right at the moment. And then I saw Tiger, and I'm like, Tiger's always here, too. And I bet you she will post that link. And so I said, standard moderator. And then just waited a couple minutes, and I'll be dang, bam, there's the link.
Bam, like that.
All stressed. That guy is cool as fuck. He's cool.
Yeah, that's the first time I met Zombie. Great guy.
Yeah, same.
Good conversation.
Oh, are you fixing to go in for treatment, Tiger?
Who? Why? I'm waiting to go get zapped. Oh,
zapped?
No.
What do you mean by zapped? What does that mean?
Probably our treatments.
Oh.
No.
Oh. Be praying for you, Tiger.
So she's just waiting to be called back.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, her radiation.
Well, speaking of that, man, our walk-in clinic where we are, my ex took our daughters to it, and it's supposed to be a walk-in clinic, right? Well, now the CEO has changed the rules. Now, when you go into the walk-in clinic, you have to make an appointment. So how can you call it a walk-in clinic if you have to make an appointment?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, she took my oldest on Monday, and she has flu A, and then she had to make an appointment for my youngest for yesterday at 2:30, and she has flu A. So both my kids are sick.
So that means you'll probably have it.
Oh, yeah, you're getting it, bro. Nah, you're getting it.
Trees are coming your way.
You're gonna get your turn next, mate. Yeah, they'll be fine, and you're gonna be fucked. Yep.
Hey, I think I'm fixing to shut it down. It's been 3 hours.
Well, luckily for me, I'm not going home this weekend. I'm going up to Leechville, Arkansas, to help the family of Brent McGee look for. There's a few leads that we got.
Oh yeah, I know Brent McGee. Hey, Rescue, you know Brent McGee, don't you?
Nope.
Yeah, no, yeah, you know, that's where Battlefield's going now. He's going up to Brent McGee. You know Brent McGee. Yeah, that's where he's going. He's going to go drop off
dude that I never met
at Brent McGree's house. No, you know him. You remember him? We had a beer there one time. Brent McGee, and that's where you fucked off and you went to go get cigarettes and you never came home.
So what, are you the one that whacked him then that they're trying to find? That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Apparently, I got my alibi. He just said I was there, but I left and went to go get cigarettes. So there's my alibi. Wasn't me.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fixing to shut it down. I appreciate y'all coming.
All right. Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
It's good hanging out.
Hey, I'm glad I was able to finally get up here. I don't know what happened last time.
It was probably just been that service area.
Probably.
Yeah,
but
you've been doing good. This whole run, it's been good.
Yeah, and there were areas where I saw my signal go down. You know, it went from like 4 bars to like 2. Never once missed anything.
Wait, hang on, do that again. 4 bars. Yeah, that's like a dick when you got out of the cold.
It's the first time he's ever seen the story he told his wife in visual explanation.
Yeah,
maybe it's this big.
Yeah. Exactly. That's why I always tell people I have a micro penis. I always do.
It's like I got a fish. The fish was this big.
It's big. It's big.
It was a huge
Every time
fish.
you tell the story, the fish gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time I talk about the fucking police chase I got in, the trip always gets longer and longer.
Alrighty, guys. Y'all make it a good day.
All right. Rescue, you have a good one.
All right, Rescue. Come back. I need that smokes and that milk that Mum still wants. All right.
Hey, I'll try to get there. I'm going to try to get there. Just keep standing there. Keep waiting.
We're still waiting.
Hold the fort.
We're still waiting, Dad. All right. Hey,
Battlefield. Have a good day, Rescue. I'm going to get off here.
Battlefield. I love you, bro. Stay safe on the road, brother. Please.
Hey, Rank. Good seeing you, man.
Yeah, keep it between the mustard and the mayo.
Much love, brother. You stay safe on the road, all right?
All right. You guys have a great day.
Later, brother.
Love you all.
Later.
God bless. God bless.
Later, Rank. Make it a good day, buddy. Y'all stay safe. Give the missus a hug for me. Oh, he's gone. And there goes Mayhem. Shashing. All right, guys. Hey, make it a good day. You're the one in the driver's seat. Good things are happening. Make good things happening right where you are. You get her done today. I'll see y'all pretty soon. I appreciate you. I always do. It's Thursday. It's a great day. Make the best of it. Peace, everybody. Take care.
I ain't here tomorrow. If the good Lord says it's my time to go, I don't see that morning sunset. There's some things I need for you to know. The truck is yours if you want it. It'll run forever if you treat it right. When you think of me on some back road, that's because I'm right there by your side. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow. Don't let life turn you bitter. Don't be ashamed about your head. Take it easy on the liquor. Remember what it did to your granddad. Yeah, you're gonna get your heart broke, but a couple of tears don't make you weep. Gonna find that girl God made just for you. Knows what he's doing, wait and see. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
Hey, make it a good day, everybody. Just remember, be the example. Just keep showing up, doing the work. You lead the way. Make it a good day. You're in the driver's seat. Choice is yours. It's all in how you take it.
Keep the shotgun in the family. Raise your babies by the book. And keep my picture in your wallet. Keep your car keys on a hook. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Please don't ever forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
Thanks, everybody. Make your day a good day. Peace.